for all the money we waste on StreamYard. Like, it took him, 5 years to finally come up with that feature where I don't have to press a stupid button to try to get the intro to play. Like, really? That's what we're wasting all this money on at this point?
Customer service right there. 5 years for.
Hold on. No, listen. No more. Let's listen. I don't. Hold on. Right now, I'm muting Dom and I'm muting Wayseeker. How am I mute these guys? You two are done already. I'm going to tell everybody out there, these two idiots have been screaming at each other about nothing. Absolutely freaking nothing in the back of the show the whole time. So,
30 minutes.
Huh?
For 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know. For 30 minutes. So, like, just get ready for it. I might walk off at one point because I don't think I can deal with it anymore. No, listen. Stop with the listen.
No, really quick. I just want to make a shout out to Ruben, who manhandled Rosario Dawson.
Oh my God,
and
Ruben.
Ewan McGregor's wife.
Ruben.
He friggin'
I looked at those shots. Hold on. First off, I looked at those pictures. I was uncomfortable. I was like, if you are, dude, you should. What are you doing?
What do you want? He's freaking intimidating. He probably went over there and goes,
that's not a good look, bro.
I know,
not a good look. Not a good look, bro. So wait, hey, can we pull those pictures? Should we pull those pictures up? Ask Ruben.
I think you need his permission for that.
Yeah, I think we need his permission for that.
He wouldn't mind.
He was happy as shit. He was a pig in slop.
I have it on Instagram. I looked at all of them. So
yeah, okay, I get it, but I don't know if we should.
I still don't want to go on somebody's Instagram.
I don't think. I think Ruben thinks it went better. It looks better than we think it looks.
It looks like HR's got to be calling, man, because he's like sexual harassment. What,
dude? It's a little uncomfortable. It was a little uncomfortable.
No,
good for you. I mean, not good for you. I'm glad that you got to meet the people you want to meet. I'm glad. Apparently, you're very excited in that pictures. I don't know what to say before I have to go to HR.
Listen,
I
appreciate the enthusiasm and the pictures out there. Ruben is a diehard. You know, he holds on. You know, Carrie Fisher even said that he holds on.
What are you doing? Okay, Dom, stop. Dom gets muted again. JJ, what were you saying before Dom rudely interrupted you with who the hell knows what?
Is it one of those things that's going to end up in a HR harassment video? To show you when you go at work?
What?
I haven't seen the picture.
Which is awesome because, like, the rest of his pictures, like, when he's with dudes, he's just, like, hanging out. He's like, hey, guys, what's going on? Like, everything's good. Yeah. Can somebody get a hold of Ruben quickly? Somebody text him and ask him if he could use the picture because I don't want to put it up there for that. I don't think he'll have a problem with it. I was actually going to ask him if he wants to come on because of that, but then I quickly decided to.
I think he's tired. I think he's tired from hugging too many. Women. Guy, man.
Yeah. I'm looking at that Roseo one again, going.
Yo,
who's the other lady?
He was so damn. That's Ewan McGregor's wife.
It's Hera. She was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hera.
God damn, Ruben's got a big ass head. He's got a big ass head. Holy hell! All right, let's say hi to a couple of people. What
Ruben's
the hell?
not here in chat yet, so he's Ruben's not here in chat yet.
He's probably sleeping. After that hug, he's probably tired after fighting security. What's up, GT Key Comic? Dwayne, saying cancel nubs for the algorithm. Thank you. That's a good thing. Hi, everyone. Appleman. Hey, yo, Bri J. Dark Short Sunday, blah, blah, blah. It's not. Is that normal? Wayseeker trolling. Dude, so we try not to have Wayseeker troll Dom too early. And the best is we go, it's like you can put up we don't even put up a sign. We say, Dom, Dom, he's going to try troll. Dom, and then Dom just falls. Dom falls.
It's like a spoiler warning every time. But it
dude, it doesn't matter. He falls into the trap anyways. And
because Wayseeker knows what I'm talking about, but he likes to just mess around. And at the end of the day, he's on my path. He knows what I'm thinking. He knows. And
I don't think anybody fucking knows.
Live with each other.
He knows I'm right 99.9% of the time. With that 1% that falters, minus one, maybe.
I don't even know if that was word salad. That just sounded like a bunch of grunting. I don't know.
It sounded like a math problem.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, let's stop. Oh, hey. So this show, we got a couple things. We read this novel. Fuck. Sorry, it's 5 minutes in though. I don't even know what to say about this.
I think you mean we beat our way slowly through this novel.
Yeah, this novel was a problem.
So I heard
this novel makes Marco want more Justina Ireland in Star Wars.
Dude, I'll tell you this. I said this to JJ, and he said maybe not, but then maybe. I said this may have been one of the worst Star Wars novels I've ever read in my life. Like
Really?
it was bad.
Yeah, it's different.
Different.
It is different. Yeah. This is
back.
written for somebody who knows no Star Wars at all.
I'll tell you this. I this is why I use a Charmin aloe toilet paper now, because this shit right here would tear this book would tear somebody's ass open if you had if you took a big old dump. Like, that's how bad this was. This book was like ass bleeding bad, dude. It was terrible. Yeah, it's just horrible. So, but we'll get into that a little bit. We also, there's a legitimate question there about it though. I wonder if this whole book was a waste of effing time. You know, I always say they just do it for page count, but if you saw the headline, we're not joking about this. We think there's a possibility that Mace Windu might still be alive. And we'll explain how that could work out.
You know what they should do with the book? You know those books that when you fold it and you have the pages and like all the action scenes happen? Like,
yep.
They should have did that with this book. And just do that at the end. He's a Jedi.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. All right. So, but also too, we got a big toy section going on. There wasn't a comic to review this week, but we have some other comic stuff in there. We have a mystery question, something you might want to hunt. I was going to put it on the thumbnail, but then I thought we got too many people in here, and I want to kind of keep it on the secret for a little bit, just in case it does come up this Wednesday, because it might be hard to get, and I don't want people to pump and dump it before it comes out. Maybe we could discover it ourselves. Then we're also have a lot of pre-release events are coming up this weekend, Friday, Saturday, because Saturday's the 1st. I know that there might not be a lot of people still playing that cards, but I am. So we're going to discuss here. I'm going to ask the boys to help. I'm going to tell them 3 leaders that I'm kind of choosing and how we're going to pull it off maybe, and we'll see what they think about my strategy. Because last time they actually got me into the top, what was it, 3 or 4? I did pretty good last pre-release.
Yeah,
top 3 I think for pre-release. So hopefully these boys can help me out.
But is Boba Fett taking off in the background? Look like he's like falling over, about to shoot up.
He is. So I'm also, okay. Do you really want to get into this? So not only do I do a ton of things, but I also do multiple projects at my house with all the wonderful free time I have. So I recently have ripped up a bathroom. I've almost finished that off, but I'm also redoing the office, and I'm tearing this area off and doing everything else because I can't just do one project till I complete it. I have to do 5 projects at a fucking time. So yeah, he's taking off because I have to tear the rest of that shit out. Thank you, Don.
You got it.
All right.
Welcome,
All
Canadian.
Right. So Canadian, before that, I fell asleep listening to chapter 1. Oh my God, Wookiee. Dude, the first 40 chapters. We'll get into that though, because the only reason we're not gonna get into it fully right now is because there is something that might lead to Mace Windu coming back. So we got all that. We got your previews coming up. We got a couple secret books you might actually want to do, but I didn't want to do the little thing there. So the little people we get here, maybe something for you guys to hunt out there. And what else do we have? That's it. Should be a short show, except for if you 2 idiots start yelling at each other.
News is gonna be long. I'm telling you right now.
You guys are gonna yell at each other through news. So here we go. Let's get into it so we can get done with it.
Ready to mute button.
It's gonna be great. Right off the top. Right off the top. Here we go, Dom. Here we go. This week we found that
but I'm loving the debate.
No fighting. Break it up.
Stephen Knight exits the upcoming Untitled Ray movie. The search for a new screenwriter is reportedly underway. Go ahead, Dom.
Yet again, their track record goes far back with all the different the writers and all the directors and all the stuff like that.
Wait, how many? How many?
Really, way to go, Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy. You fucking guy wrote Pinky Blinders. He's a great writer. Yeah, make him get away because of creative. I say creative differences. I don't care what anybody else says because that's their track record. That's it.
This is a setup. Hold on, Dom. I'm not gonna let him do this. There's no way. Dom, let me help you with something. There's no way in shit that Wayseeker's going to let you go first unless he's setting you up for something here, Dom.
Yeah, I know.
There's no, Dom, you don't know. There's no way. This is bullshit.
That he says came right after this.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit because Wayseeker's setting you up here.
He is setting me up because No way. This is more believable.
Yeah, let me guess
Other
that this isn't
bullshit,
even a fucking
This
real
movie
title.
ain't coming out.
Hold on.
But it is.
First off,
He's
hold on.
off budget.
I would like to say this. First off, I still don't think Ray's the first movie that's coming fucking out. Wayseeker, you said it's the first movie coming out. I don't think it is. I don't think it is at all.
James Manfold.
And number two, I don't believe this though, because I also know there's no way your little ass is going to let Dom speak before you fucking try to sell him down the road of the river here. So,
no. And listen, I don't care what he puts next, because I'll tell you this is more believable because their track record.
So the rumor is he's written.
Yeah, he's shooting first. Yeah,
not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 scripts already. And the Pablo Hidalgo's team didn't like any of them and gave like notes upon notes upon notes to each time. And so there's not like he hasn't written scripts. He's written
differences.
4 of them. So there's pieces of it from what I understand that they do like, but there's also things where he just said, I need to go work on something else. So
the writer for Obi-Wan Kenobi, the same thing. They took bits and pieces out of it.
Horrible.
No. The story he wanted with freaking goddamn Commander Cody and all that stuff in it. Come on, man.
You just like Commander Cody. It was Crazy Train guy from.
Dude, let me tell you something. I don't give a shit, because all I know is that they're goddamn dumb time after time again. I don't care what anybody says, man. They fucking screw up over and over again. That's all they do. They're bumbling idiots over there.
Wait, hold on, Dom. You didn't even want a Ray fucking movie.
I didn't, but I'm just.
So then who cares? So why would you be happy about this?
No. I'm not happy about it. You know why I'm not happy about it?
Because you're crazy?
Did you
eat paint
that's
chips?
beside the point. I'm always crazy, but I'm talking about the fact that maybe because he is the writer of Peaky Blinders, great fucking series. Maybe I would have said, you know what?
What was your favorite episode of Peaky Blinders?
Peaky Blinders? Dude, I watched the whole thing. I just can't remember the freaking things. Not be honest with you. The favorite. Listen,
but
okay, tell me one part that was one character, one part, anything that you like in Peaky Blinders.
Dude, man, you put me on the spot on myself too. You know, I fucking lucky. I remember what I did yesterday.
He's never seen this episode.
Okay, so I'll tell you something about Peaky Blinders that kind of sucks, right? So I do like. There's one character out there. I can't remember his name. The Traveling Jew is what they call him. He's a famous actor. What's his name? He's the guy that plays Venom.
Tom Hardy.
Who's the guy? Tom Hardy. Yeah, Tom Hardy's in the TV show over and over again. He plays this Jewish character. The thing they did with his arc, where he was like shot but not shot, was bad. And in the time when they did the fascist thing, it all did go off the rails. It sucked when Tommy was going through his hallucinogenic state. That I could see how that shit would not hit. Were the high notes really high? Yes, the high notes were extremely high. The Shelby family back and forth when they were shipping the stuff and they were having the first war where they were doing the betting angle was great, dude. That was good. But like the in-between parts of that, there is a lot. And I love Peaky Blinders. I love Peaky Blinders. I could go through the season and tell you where the good stuff and bad stuff was. What about the dog on the beach? We could go through it over and over again. We could go when they accidentally thought they were going to kill him, but it was actually the agents that were sent by Churchill. I can remember every bit of Peaky Blinders. I'm telling you, actually the storyline leading up to that sucked. But I can see this happening. Now, are they a little bit too strict? Maybe. But his high notes are really high. His mediocre notes are not good. So as much as I love Peaky Blinders and I like what he did there.
But let me tell you something. Yes, every writer has their ups and downs in story-wise. But you put him in a situation like this, doing a Star Wars movie, which could possibly turn out to be freaking awesome. Because, hey, listen, any writer can write something. It could be loud, but you put him in a different situation, it could turn out to be better. Okay. Listen, I'm just.
Let me ask you this. Since you love Peaky Blinders so much, at one point, Thomas
I like the show.
At one point, hold on. At one point, Thomas Shelby has a kid. Okay, very similar to all Star Wars storylines, where there's a child that the dad doesn't know they has that comes back. That storyline sucked. It sucked. It's absolutely sucked. It was worthless. What, JJ?
Let me explain a few things about movie and television and everything else production. First of all, Peaky Blinders had a writer room. This guy was the creator of Peaky Blinders, but he wasn't the only writer, Tom. There was more than one writer. So even if you liked the show or liked the entire show, there was other people that contributed to that show being good. Second off, just because you write one good project doesn't mean you're going to write a second good project, especially a good Star Wars project. We just saw that with Acolyte, where somebody had a good TV show in Russian Doll, and then a really bad TV show in Acolyte. So,
I think Acolyte was that bad.
Third thing is, this isn't much of a loss to me. Like, this is actually a normal thing in movies.
Not normal with Lucasfilm.
Oh, it's absolutely normal on Lucasfilm. They fucking rewrote and reshot all the
Everything they've touched, they have dropped writers. Everything they did.
That happens all the time, though, Dom.
Every movie, Dom.
Movies.
Every Marvel movie goes.
Hey, but this is the problem that I have with all this. Hey, hold on. This is the problem why I have all this. We've been talking about this for 10 minutes. It's all because Wayseeker's an idiot, and this is stupid, and this is a waste of time. Because nobody gives a shit about a Ray movie. Nobody gives a shit about this writer, and nobody cares.
I just love this is why I let Dom go first. You want to know? Because Dom has been so anti this movie coming out forever, and I knew he was still going to be mad that it got delayed or whatever issues with the movie, because that's who Dom is. Even though he doesn't want this movie to happen and he could just rejoice over it, he was still going to be mad over the fact.
Mad because you know what? There was a slight chance that maybe I want to say I'm still going to see it regardless.
It's still going to come out. That's the thing. This movie's still going forward.
I would bet money on that.
That's so. Daisy came out this week. She's at a con, and she came out and she said, "Don't worry, project is not dead." And she promised that there is news coming out that is imminent that she has seen. And
did she promise at one time she was never coming back to Star Wars?
Yeah, did she promise she had the script? She loves the script. They never had the script.
No, she actually has looked at the script. There's been scripts. Just because he's no longer on the project doesn't mean there weren't scripts, Dom.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to use the script, though. I mean, to Dom's slow down, Wayseeker. Slow down, Wayseeker.
He said,
so who gives a shit
more about the next phase of the project?
Hold on now. Hold on. Dom, you're going the wrong way with this all the time. Jesus, I wish one day you'd learn. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit what she says? Who gives a shit what the next project is? We've already heard from Hidalgo. They don't like any of the fucking scripts. So guess what? Till they start liking scripts.
That's the thing, though. Why are we surprised that he's fired?
No, he needs to get the fuck out of there.
Hidalgo, let me talk.
He needs to get out of there. Hidalgo. He needs to get.
Hold on. Let JJ talk.
I'm sorry.
They didn't like any of his scripts.
Yeah.
He didn't deliver anything on time.
Yeah.
And Hollywood, as a writer, that means you get the axe.
Yeah.
It just does.
Which
he
I get
can complain about it all he wants. It doesn't fucking matter. And
yeah, I know.
Is right to a degree that it won't really. It may delay it some, but it won't really affect the movie being released or not. You've got a director attached. You've got an actor attached. You're already along on the pre-production stage. They're just going to bring in another writer or other writers to write the script or rewrite what he did or whatever. I mean,
yeah, but it had. But hold on, it's a two-part problem here, JJ. To say that this movie to say that she's got these great news about how it's.
I don't believe a word. I've said this before on the show. I don't believe a word directors or actors.
Absolutely, that's what I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm saying like you can't. Wayseeker's trying to play both sides of it. Wayseeker's trying to say, "Oh well, everything's going fine." Oh, because she says this, but at the same time they're fighting writers. Like no, like that doesn't mean that. Which project they kept doing that with, and guess what? Never came out. Remember, because they were in pre-production for that fucking Lando movie, and where's that at?
They're supposedly still doing it. Now they have him writing it. The star Donald.
Okay. Okay. How many years? How many years, JJ?
Like I said, I don't know whether or not it'll come out on time. I'm just saying it doesn't necessarily mean
there is no time. There's no coming out on time because there's never been a date.
Let's see if James Mangold's movie comes out. Dawn of the Jedi comes out first, which probably is going to come out first. Mando is all wrapped up, so it's still coming out in 2026. At least we're going to get that. I'm still happy about that. But
we got plenty of time before another movie needs
to come
out.
About that one. I still right about that one. Watch the tapes. I said that was the first one coming out.
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
Yeah.
No, you said no. You said Heir to the Empire was the first one come out.
That's not what. Well, I said what. Well, the Mando movie is Heir to the Empire.
It was a completely different movie. That was.
No, I said whatever. I said whatever the name. Hold on, slow down. Hey, now you better stop. My name ain't Dom. Okay.
Hey,
all right.
You should be honored.
Here we go. Let me tell you what I did say. I said. Heir to the Empire or whatever Dave Filoni movie that he has that's linked to Mando is going to be coming out.
That's not the one that's coming out though. That's not the one. His movie is coming
out first. The Mando movie?
Ahsoka.
Huh?
His movie that's coming out is not coming out till after Ahsoka. This was not one of the three.
I still say that's the one I don't think will happen. Dave Filoni doesn't get his own movie.
It's still that Mandoverse movie. It's the same
That was
crap.
not the one they announced the Celebration. No. That's the Thrawn movie is the one that they announced at Celebration. It's nowhere near production.
What does that? What does that have to do with
I
me
don't
saying
remember-
that
I
Dave
don't remember
Filoni
that at all.
Mandoverse movies coming
That's
out?
the
now?
one that they announced at Celebration when we argued over all three. It doesn't matter.
That's
Anyway,
gonna be part 2 of this.
I
Mando
think
movie.
they have a director lined up.
No, you argue this
Well,
movie's
right,
coming out first, and you're wrong, Wayseeker.
I thought the 3 we argued over was Mando,
Ray.
Grogu, Ray, and
No.
Dawn of
Yes,
the
The
Jedi.
three
That
were
is
not-
no Wayseeker's trying to change
I'll
it.
go back to
Stop,
the
get him,
tape.
stop, get him,
I'll
stop.
flip it.
It's free,
I'll
get him.
flip it.
Listen. At the end of the day, we knew that.
No, Dom, that's not how you get him.
No,
No,
listen, I'm
time
saying,
out. All right,
we
let's
knew.
move
No,
on.
listen, we knew Heir of the Empire was coming out, right? We knew
Whatever
that
it
was
was.
coming out, but we didn't know that Grogu and Mando was coming out. That was a curveball that they threw out there. That
Oh,
they
see,
came
I
out.
don't think it was. My impression was whatever the Mandoverse movie
Nope.
is.
Dom's right about that one.
No, that was
What?
the
How's that different?
I remember these events more similar to Marco.
Yeah.
I remember some
Thank
of
you
it.
very much,
I can pull the
JJ.
clips up.
It,
Anyway,
no, it was you asked. Is it the Ray movie? Is it the Mago movie, or is it the
remember.
Dave
I
Filoni?
don't even
No, it
remember
wasn't.
a
I'll pull it
Thrawn
up.
Heir to the Empire movie being announced.
Well,
I heard
actually,
Dave
okay,
Filoni
aside, I'll be
talking
honest
about
with
Heir to the
you.
Empire.
Ray Seeker, you
Yeah,
did
JJ.
say this. You did say this that the Ray movie was coming out first because we didn't
Yep,
know
I did.
that the Heir to the Empire. We didn't know that was coming out, and we didn't even know that the fact I'm getting freaking dizzy over here playing with the goddamn thing. Slides.
I did. It sounds like listening
You're
to
right.
you
You're
two.
right. I
We
said
thought
it's coming
that-
out before Dawn of the Jedi and Heir to the Empire.
Well, we thought that Dawn of the Jedi is going to come out like the 2030.
Yep.
We thought that was going to happen like that, but now it looks
Stop
like-
saying we. Me and
We'll get
JJ
to
aren't
you
part
in
of
a
your
minute.
nonsense.
No. You're right, Dom. I think
JJ,
we're gonna
JJ,
find-
me and you are team, not their nonsense,
I
right?
think we're going to find a
Yeah,
writer
I
about
don't-
this one. I wouldn't be surprised to get a writer.
I'm so in the weeds here, apparently. I
Yeah,
don't
me
fucking-
too. I got no clue what they're talking about.
Here you go. Mando and Grogu has filmed.
Now they're setting us up here, JJ,
wrapped up
because
filming.
I see what this
How
is.
did this wrap up so quickly?
I don't know. I'm a little worried about that.
Because they shot it with the volume.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
shot it with volume.
3 months
It
though.
was already the project that they started to
3
do.
months is-
We told you
3 months
that.
is not
Me and
that
JJ
short.
said that's the most likely
Wait,
project
wait,
because they probably already had it written.
Wait.
3 months.
Wait.
3 months. I'm sorry, 3 months. No friggin' photos of Sigourney Weaver that's supposed to be on set. 3 months. Not one. They had one picture.
Dude, they shoot it in a giant CGI sphere. There's an easy way to get no photos on set. It's
Yeah, you just drive a car with black windows in through the set thing. What are we talking about here?
I know, but it's just kind of weird that this is wrapped up soon, this quick.
No,
How?
Okay.
Hold on.
So
JJ, go.
okay. So let me explain something real quick. What's finished is principal photography, right? For the movie. Not
So
the
shooting.
entire shooting, not any of that. Principal photography is done.
Okay.
Which principal photography usually lasts somewhere in like 60 to like 120 days. So they're about right in the middle of that. It wasn't really that
This
short.
is wrapped filming.
They shot it with the wrap filming, but it doesn't count going back to reshoot stuff or anything
No,
like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
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 reach
okay.
all that stuff in post production.
Yeah. This is just principal production, not post production.
Okay.
So,
reshoots.
but it's not like it's going in the can and coming out, 2 years later. They still have probably a year of post production to work on this stuff.
Yeah, they got to do the reshoots too, right? Probably have
Yeah.
reshoots. and stuff
I'll
like
probably
that.
have reshoots. Yeah, I mean, it depends, but I would imagine they would. And they shot it with the volume, so it's quick. So, I mean, I'm not overly surprised, and I agree with Marco that this was probably the most likely candidate to come out first because of the way you shoot it and the timing. And then they announced they weren't going to have a season 4 Mando, so you gotta
Yeah,
have
and how
something Mando
they
out
already had
there.
stuff written for it already because you already knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's even too, because supposedly, at least according to what he said, Favreau's had the script done for season 4 forever, but then there was no season 4. So my guess is a
He
lot of
wrote
the script
season
was
4
what this
after
was.
season 3. After season 3 was ever.
That's what I'm saying. He said he's had it done forever. So
You're right.
So I mean, this movie, it's gonna be a long time. The strange thing
Spectators.
to me is it's a long time between wrapping filming and when it's coming out because we're talking almost 20 months.
yeah, it is a little long. I'll say
So-
that much.
I wouldn't be surprised if Disney has something that they have to push back that this thing might get moved up.
Yeah. You might
No,
move up
what
to
are
like-
you talking about? No.
It's May 2026 right now, right?
Right. They could get this thing out for Christmas 25 pretty easy if they
But
need
I
it.
don't, this might get pushed back because you see the movies that are coming out in May. You got Doomsday. You got
Oh, no.
Spider-Man. You got
No, this
they're
could
gonna
do.
care about
Hey,
any of
hold on. This is actually perfect. No, slow down. This is perfect timing because what happens in April 24th or April 20th or something like that.
Of 2026 or 2025?
2025 coming up.
we got the Star Wars
You got
Celebration.
Celebration.
Right. So this whole is the big release program for build up for there. You get all the productive stuff. You start getting the
Yeah.
Like whatever shots they do, they
That's still
start selling
13
merch.
months from then after that.
Huh?
That's 13 months
So
after
that'll
that.
be
when it comes
13 months
out.
away.
Yeah, if they don't do it 2020. Oh, December 2025. I thought you said December 2024.
No. I'm saying they
No,
could
no.
get this thing out December 25. Right now, it's not supposed to come out till
Oh yeah,
May.
25 makes sense. Yeah, 25 makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be
Maybe.
surprised
What's
if,
up, Chef?
if there
Right.
is like a you know how they always have issues. Because I mean, they have
Or
movies that
this,
come
or
out
this.
in
They
25
finally
which haven't
learned.
even started.
Hold on. Or they finally did one thing that we've been asking them for a long time. Stop promising us dates that you can't make.
Yeah.
Instead, promise us something way the bleep out there and then bring it back in. So maybe they're actually finally learning.
Maybe Star Wars Celebration will get surprises saying that we'll get this by Christmas of next year.
Well, apparently, Wayseeker thinks we're gonna get the Ray movie. Fucking.
We're not going to get Ray by then.
Ray movie ain't coming out anytime soon.
No,
It's
Ray's
gonna
not
be
coming
neck and neck with Blade. No pun intended.
Dude, hey, how old was Carrie Fisher when she fucking died?
But
That's how old Ridley's gonna be when the fucking movie comes out, bro.
Yeah, where's
What?
go for that?
more news coming out here. Ahsoka season 1 will release on a 4K Steelbook
Bro!
limited edition.
Hold on now. When the fuck did they stop selling DVDs at like Target and shit and Myers?
What do you mean?
What do
They
you
sell
mean?
DVDs.
What
They
do
have
I
them at
mean?
Target. They sell DVDs at Target.
Yeah. I
Not,
was at
my
Target last week, they had
fucking
DVDs.
left nut sweat. They do
You talking about DVDs or Blu-rays?
any of that shit.
They have
Do they
Blu-rays.
have Target all the
Target?
time?
Okay,
Yeah, they
tomorrow
have a
I'm
big
gonna
section.
live stream a fucking Target where they don't sell none of that shit.
I'll go to
Well,
mine
your
and they
Target's
have them.
weird. I don't know what.
My Targets, I went to 3. They are like, we haven't sold it for like 6 months now. They don't sell. Well, okay, so I got in the back of my car. I got like the kids have got DVD TVs and shit in the back that's in the headrest. So I tried to get them DVDs.
Yeah, I know. No, nobody watches DVDs anymore. No, but
Yeah, my kids do
Blu-ray.
though.
Blu-ray.
DVD. See,
My kids do because they'll use their screen time. They'll do the DVD. That's what I'm saying, or Blu-ray, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The actual physical form of media. What's the difference? What is it? Blu-ray just a DVD that has Blu-ray a version on it? It's still a
No,
DVD.
they don't always. They don't always come. You're talking like in the same package. They don't always come in the same package.
No, what I'm saying is no disc, no compact disc that has movie in any format, fucking regular format, fucking Blu-ray format, these
I don't know
nuts
what you're talking
format,
about. Mine has them. I don't know.
Mine does too.
DVD. What I'm saying is, as I
Nope.
refer to DVD, I'm referring to the format of the DVD, not or like any format that is on a compact disc, not
Yes.
Blu-ray.
I'm just
Any.
disappointed that we're getting all these DVDs still freaking
Y'all-
goddamn.
Y'all,
Where is
y'all
my
ain't
Book
been
of
to
Boba
Target
Fett?
well.
I know Book of Boba Fett. I guess Book of Boba Fett and The Acolyte will be two that will never see the light of day in steelbook.
Hold on.
Book form.
Hold on. You guys all say that. Hold on. Okay, we'll do this. Hey, type in the private chat. Hey, dipshit Waysinger, type in the private chat your area code. I'm gonna look in your Target and see if you can pick a DVD up at your fucking
A
local Target.
Blu-ray. Look for Blu-ray. Don't look for DVD.
DVDs
Blu-ray.
is
They're
the.
going to be like, "Here, what is this thing that you're typing?" Nobody knows. We're going to be like,
What are you
Why are
talking?
you
Blu-ray
that
is not.
5 years
Blu-ray's
old?
just a format on a disc. It's not. It's DVD Blu-ray.
Yes, but it's
That's-
different than
Give me a
DVD.
Betamax. I'll take a
What's
Betamax
that?
tape any day.
They're not. They're not simul. They're not.
That's like saying a
interchangeable. They're two
cassette
different
tape.
things.
Oh, I got it in HD. The cassette tape's still a fucking cassette tape.
What?
No. Whatever the circular. My point is, whatever the circular.
But you can have
Okay,
you can have a
hold
DVD
on, here we
player
go,
that doesn't
here we
play
go.
no,
Blu-rays.
when you watch this, please tip the,
Here we go.
This-
Wayseeker, here we go.
like
This
a
is what I'm
90-year-old
hey,
man.
you and JJ, what I'm trying to tell you is the disc that you watch stuff on, they don't sell any discs that you watch shit
Yeah, I
on.
understand what you're saying, but mine has them, so I don't know. I haven't been looking for like Blu-ray new releases in a long time, but
That's what I'm telling you. I wasn't either till my kids go, hey,
they still have that section because it clearly says
they have a
movies
section. It's
up
right
there.
across from the toy section.
yeah, okay, you want to bet? It's
Yes,
probably the
I
private
know, I've been
chat.
there.
With the private chat, I'll see if we can pick up any fucking what's the latest movie or Blu-ray that's came out. I'll see if we can do it. Can't do it, can you? Can't do it because they don't have them anymore.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Cannot do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it.
I'll
Well,
look it
I
up.
don't even know what the latest movie that came out is because I haven't bought.
I wouldn't either. I'm just saying they ain't got nothing. Put fucking Bluey. Put Bluey Blu-ray in that motherfucker since you like the word blue so fucking much. Put that shit in there. Everybody loves Bluey. Ain't
Yeah,
shit
I'll
in
put
there.
Blu-ray- I'll put
You
Blu-ray in
can
there,
order it online as somebody put it in there. You can probably order it online, But
I don't think we're having this conversation.
Wait.
Why didn't you just go to Best
they
Buy?
have lasers.
Hey, Brett, you gotta hear, guys. It's something.
Brett, give it to this dude.
Laser
He goes,
discs are
hey
available.
guys, chill out. I just checked. They got laser discs, bro. They got laser.
Ring the
discs.
bell!
Oh, that's a good one,
Is
dude.
that
Look, let me
possible
tell you something.
I keep seeing you say this, but I don't think it's a me problem.
It's nice to have the steel book limited editions. Nice to have them, but it's gonna always be missing the one friggin' part. The Book of Boba Fett. Grogu did come back to Mando in that series. If you demolish that series and that never happened,
It does say for some of them not sold at the store, but some of them also have it. So
Yeah.
Well, all the ones around me don't
It
have.
says right now that you're on the right track. They are going to be stopping selling in stores in 2025. So you must be earlier. Than
Yeah,
everybody
so we
else.
just must have been screwed. Yeah, that sucks, man. I mean, just because the kids, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. But I was so surprised. I was like, oh shit, let's go another one and see. Maybe it's just a thing. Because God bless you. I asked the Target person, I said, hey, when's the Halloween or the Christmas ad coming out? And the young lady looked at me like I was trying to fucking steal a child or something. And I said, is there a problem here? And she said, what are you talking about? I said, well, every year they send out a book. They took the prices off about 4 years ago, but they send you a catalog, a book, like for the
catalog books.
Yeah. She goes, we haven't done that in like 2 years. I said, except for that, I came here last year and I picked up 3. 1 so that me and my wife can circle what the kids want and kind of decide what we want. And 2 for the kids. She's like, yeah, on the internet. I go, no. I picked them up from this store. And she's like, sir, I don't think you know what you're talking about. And then I went back to that Target. They're like, they didn't even, at least they had the balls not to go DVDs different than Blu-ray because they knew what I was talking about. They just says we haven't sold those for 6
Well,
months.
he went back, and all of a sudden you hear, "Can we have security, please?"
Oh no, you know what's funny is they sent me one to my fucking house this last week. It was like a week later they sent one to my fucking house with my name on it. I was like, here, just when you guys get them and send them there. I went to the next Target down there, like we should have them, but we don't have them right now. I talked to somebody of our age group and somebody who would understand what that shit is. Worked out well. Worked out very well.
Glad you found the one worker who was 85 years old.
Are you kidding me? Have you been in the Target any supermarket later? There's like a ton of people who are 85 years. That's 90% of the fucking people that work at these places. What are you talking about? There's like 3 fucking 20-year-olds, and you're like, why the fuck aren't you going to school? The rest of them are literally 45-year-old and up people that work there. Wayseeker, this proves that you are not a man of the people. You hate people, and you definitely haven't been in a Target or a Myers to look for DVDs, Blu-rays, Laserdisc, or any fucking thing else. And this is why you pump
There's
Blu-ray.
no such thing as Myers here, so no.
Well, whatever. And this is why you're always pushing that stupid blue furry bear because you can't see it on clearance all the fucking time.
All right, here
Go
we
ahead.
go. This is for Dom right here.
Who is this
James
guy?
Mangold came out this week and confirmed that his Star
What's wrong with
Wars
his
film,
face?
what we are calling Dawn of the Jedi, will be his next
It's
project
confused.
after the release of Completely Unknown, which comes out this Christmas. So he's going to start working on it next year. If he starts working on it next year, you're still looking at 3 years from now. This one's coming out maybe.
Yeah.
So,
JJ, I think
this
me and
was
you are right.
announced.
I think we could take a victory lap on our being right about which movie is coming out first at this point, even though Wayseeker's in denial for
I
some
think when this was
reason.
announced, we said it would take forever because he's got like
Well, I'll
8
tell you
million
this.
movies to make.
Agreed.
I'll be honest with this. This would be the second movie coming out, so you'll have the Grogu and Mando movie coming out in 2026. This will come out like in 2028, 29, because you'll have
Can we just still call it the Dave and Dave movie? I just want to keep calling it the Dave and Dave movie till it comes out. And we'll see
D&D,
what it
but
is.
there's already D&D. You can't do that. There's
Dave and Dave movie. We'll just keep calling it the Dave and Dave movie.
even though one of them's not, why do you call him Dave and Dave?
Yeah,
Because they're
John and Dave.
Huh?
John-
Or
John and
sorry,
Dave.
John and
Why do you
Yeah.
always
DJ,
call it
DJ.
Dave and Dave?
I don't know.
Oh,
'cause
John.
it's John. Yeah. Whatever.
I
F
can
and
see
F movie. The F and F
Yeah.
movie.
Heir to
F
the
and F.
Empire will definitely come out way
Have
before the
different
Ray movie.
connotations.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see when this movie comes out, but I hope it comes out. I
Yo,
hope it's
listen,
actually
Dave's
good,
movie
better
comes
than
out
something
before the
lately.
Ray movie. Ray movie ain't coming out anytime soon. So
Yeah, we'll see. But let's be clear, Mangold stuff lately hasn't been that good either. So
Why? How are we? No, wait. You don't get to say the comment and then.
What's the last one? Was it Indiana Jones? Was that the last one?
What was
yeah,
it?
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but he also did the Wolverine movie, Logan.
Indiana Jones wasn't terrible.
Yeah, but Logan was
Wait,
almost
he did
10 years
Logan?
ago now.
You can't say the last thing he came out with was Logan. That was like 10 years ago.
I know,
bro.
but it was
Almost
good.
10 years.
I
Yeah.
That's like the last good thing he's come out with.
Well, but you know what? Listen, at the end of the day, he was probably forced. Remember,
Oh my-
you have people breathing down your throat in Lucasfilm. You gotta do what you gotta do.
What is
And
it?
if
What
he
is
couldn't
Wolverine-
do it,
what
then
is
he
Probably
fucking
forced by
Logan
the fact that
again.
Harrison
You
Ford is
Star
88 years old.
What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about, man, Lucasfilm fucking sucks. I'll be honest with you. They
What?
gotta get their act together. They have
Yeah,
to get their act
James
together.
Mangold hates working for
I'm
him
just
so much. He's done it twice now.
They rush writers.
Yeah,
they
with Wolverine too, right?
Yeah. Disney technically done 3 times now. So.
Yeah, like 3
I
years.
hope this
Okay,
movie's
No,
good.
I guess that was Fox back in the day.
That was
so I guess
Fox,
that-
yes.
yeah.
I'm
was
looking
Disney.
forward to this movie. I want to see it. The beginning of the Jedi. I want to see how it turns out.
Beginning of the Force.
Wow.
It's before the Jedi. It's beginning of the Force.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
I
keep
wanna
calling it
see
the beginning of the Jedi. That's not what he said. He said the beginning of the Force.
Well, it's gonna be the friggin' Wills, probably the Wills. That make
Wills?
I think it will be something we've never heard of before. So I'll be interested to see how they're spin on it for sure. All right, D23 is coming out in 3 weeks, 2 weeks now in November, and they gave their release schedule for all the panels and everything like that. Lucasfilm and Marvel will share the keynote address on Saturday. So what's interesting is they're giving Disney and Pixar Friday night, and they're giving Marvel and Lucasfilm Saturday night. So instead of doing
That's
them all
interesting.
together like they did at D23 here the fall, they're going to give 90 minutes just.
Is Saturday the last night, or is it the middle night?
Will this
Uh,
matter at all?
Saturday's
Is
the
D20
big. Saturday's the last
D23
night. They go Sunday
D23
afternoon.
Brazil going to be any bigger than D23? in
What?
America?
That's interesting. That's interesting, also, because considering that, like, you'd think because Pixar has been doing better. I don't know.
So
We'll get the new trailer maybe of Skeleton Crew.
we get Skeleton Crew. We might get another trailer of the Mando movie because we already.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you get mentioned, but I think more of Star Wars Celebration. You'll get more of the teaser.
I wouldn't expect much.
We got a Mando trailer at D23.
I think if they do anything for D23, we might get a little bit of what's coming up on the old Neta or the old Disney Plus Plus.
Either that or animation, new
might be
animated series.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's been a little quiet on that front lately. so-
Indiana Jones 7.
Yay!
But
This
just
is
think
why
of it-
Mangold's behind. He's doing Indiana Jones 7.
Indiana Jones versus the zombies. He is the zombie.
I was going to say, yeah. He's going to
I
be
get
one of them.
45 minutes. That's going to be 3 or 4 projects that they spend time on. So
Well, you know what?
No, that doesn't mean there's going to be 3 or 4 projects. That means they're going to
You
be.
might find out
flag-handed.
they also I don't know. You see, I don't see this doing anything
Aren't they
like
doing
this,
Wicked?
anything new.
Anything?
No, they stopped Wicked, dude.
You might get a you
Oh,
definitely
Wicked
might
or
get-
Wicked?
Wicked, the movie.
The Witch movie?
trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you see a lot of that. I don't know. I'm just
You
guessing.
might get a trailer for Skeleton Crew, a new one, and Andor.
yeah, maybe we'll get Andor.
I don't know anything else. They're going to talk anything new. I think.
Well, no, I think actually you're onto something, Dom. I think those projects they might talk about a little bit more.
yeah, that's about it.
I mean, yeah, get some news on those. Maybe get an animation out there.
What about the card game? They won't talk about the card game. I know it keeps.
Yeah, probably
not.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
That's
different.
So
Small fish in a big pond. Man.
Hey, they also going one part that they're probably also going to talk about is what they're going to do with the parks because they're having a park problem.
yeah, but that's
Okay,
different. They have a park. They have a park note separate.
I know, but they yeah. I'm just saying in general. Coming out
Well,
in
maybe you'll
A23.
get the previews of the new movies that the Thunderbolts. Another look at Thunderbolts. Another look at Captain America, New World Order.
Yeah,
stuff
but they
like
won't
that.
give you much more than they already gave
Yeah.
you. It's just an
Yeah,
add-on
yeah.
every time, the 1 or 2 scenes. That's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we'll have production updates and we'll have, maybe a little bit add-on to some things. I wouldn't expect. I would expect Skeleton Crew on there. Maybe an indoor.
Well, now it's a new writer for the way.
If Kennedy really is leaving, might be where they would announce that too.
Yeah, she should. I mean, what's her? Is this her last? She's got one more year,
Yeah,
right?
no, this is it. No, she
This is her
supposed
last
to be.
year?
This is it.
But they could extend her. Who knows?
But then again, like, let's see what happens. She says she wants to go out with a win. So I don't know.
I think. She
I
could
don't.
bank
I
on
think
being
she's
a
going to
point.
stay around for as long as Iger's staying around since they already said Iger's going to be out in beginning of 26. So I think they'll.
I don't think it has to deal with that. I think she might just try to get out. I think the F and F boys, because we can't call them the D&D boys, but the F and F boys. I think that is like her, because she is like, she's friends with, like, that is her baby project. Like, that is her, that's hers. Like, if you want to think about it, like Dave and John, like, that was her hire, that was her move. Mando is really, Mando's her thing. I mean, people want to give her blame and everything for everything else.
Favreau's contract expire. That expires 2026 too, right? Favreau's
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think it might be like a, hey, we're both going out on a.
I think he wants to be a Disney executive,
which is exactly what would happen. He transitioned there. That would be her handoff to her underling. I mean, Dom's not gonna want to know this, but that is, we talked about this years ago.
I mean Disney, not Lucasfilm.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably right. I think
think he's going to get all the way up to Disney?
I think that's what he wants.
Yeah, I think that's what he wants to do.
That's big boy.
I think he's going to leave He's going to leave Lucasfilm when his contract's up and work for Disney.
Yeah,
at that point, she's probably going to be out too then, because.
Oh yeah, I think that's when transitions happening. Everything.
Yeah,
26.
26. Just push alter. That makes sense. New beginning. You get a new CEO.
That's when the Mando movie comes out, and they can put that as the transition, and then Filoni's done. So,
Filoni
moves up, and
because Filoni finally moves up to taking over like a sub transit part.
I would love Filoni and Favreau being the new head of Lucasfilm, but
I don't think Favreau wants it, nor
and all the problems. Listen, let me tell you. So, what can you decide? I don't look. We all know that there's three sides of every story. When you get the stories are going on, we don't know what the real things are that are going behind the scenes at Lucasfilm.
For sure as shit that Kennedy is a favorite of Dave and John, and they've said it 100 times before, and that those are her two little boys, as she's mentioned before, because they sit around and hang out like fucking idiots all the time. So you do know that. You know that their promotions were based off of what she did to give them those promotions, and you know that what Wayseeker and JJ just said makes a lot of sense. John moves up. Dave moves up to the new John. John moves up into a position because he's got Marvel, and that's a lot, though.
But he's also done Jungle Book, so he has Disney.
Yeah, he's got it all. He can move up.
Yeah.
And by the way, to be honest with you,
he has his own production company too.
To be honest with you, do you really, how they've restructured Disney anyhow? Do you really need Catherine Kennedy? Like, they restructured it 2 years ago, where it's like almost a ceremonial type fucking position at this point.
More or less, I think the structure of Lucasfilm is different than the structure of because in Lucasfilm in Kennedy's position of Lucasfilm as the head of Lucasfilm, but you're also responsible for things outside of just the movies.
Yeah,
I know we tie close to the movies, but I don't think Favreau wants a piece of any of that. I think he wants more Disney, where he can be creative over.
But when they when what's his name came back in, Iger came back in, they did that full restructuring on how the media portion of all the sub portions were going to work. And to be honest with you, like, as much as Dom wants to blame her for stuff, she really just.
No, Lucasfilm didn't change. I mean, Filoni got promoted out of that deal, if I remember right. So
he did he did and didn't. So they added more executives above him to split the difference of the workload. So then, he gets moved up, but like they kind of expanded the people and reduced. They used to have like 2 people, 3 people, 4 people because
didn't he get I guess technically taken off of animation, but he's now he became
he became what John was doing, so he's doing what John is doing too. So there's 2 people doing it pretty much.
Right.
Jon Favreau also has his own friggin' movie studio. He has his own thing. So
that's why I think he doesn't want to do Star Wars. That's why I don't think he wants to be in charge of Lucasfilm. He doesn't want to do Star Wars and that type of stuff.
But he does like the Mando. He has a lot of ideas, man. So I don't know.
I don't think that's why the movie's coming out. His time is ending right when that movie comes out, so they can transition.
That sounds like a bit. Yeah, it sounds like. I mean, I figure a year transition for all those people. It sounds about right. So this isn't far off, though. This has been going on for 3 years.
But you could announce that she's going to retire here at 2026 or something like that. So wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, you could.
All right. Dom's excited about this one. Can't wait. He's posting about this one. It's his favorite news of the week. Teak from Ewok Battle of the Endor TV movie is going to be in the Skeleton Crew.
That's awesome. Hey, that's awesome. I enjoyed these movies growing up, man. So, listen, I don't care. It's kind of cool to see old nostalgia, even though they weren't the best of films.
I'm worried.
Why are you worried?
Well, first off, I liked the Ewok battle. I liked all that stuff, but like, that shit doesn't translate. I know a lot of people didn't like them. I know that people think they're corny. And if this is like the fucking Easter eggs we're putting into some TV show, like, just please stop.
Well, you got to think about it. It's Skeleton Crew is for kids. Kids can can relate to this.
They can. They can relate to 1980s fucking animatronic.
I know, but
shit
you know what?
with
They can relate to furry CGI animals.
They'll get updated. It's better than freaking goddamn nubs. I can tell you that.
I don't know if I would agree with you.
Okay, let's face facts. Although it wasn't
nubs.
Though it wasn't well done, the Ewoks were the furry kind of child-esque.
Oh, I like the Ewoks. Yeah, you can't put.
Yeah, but you like the Ewoks as what? A kid, right?
A kid, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean.
Yeah, but this character, even as a kid, Teak was the fuck. Like, even as a kid seeing Ewoks, I'm like, that character's fucked up. Like, what is it? It's like a half rat thing? Like, what is that fucking thing?
They got a fucking owl that's named Kim. The owl is named Kim. It looks like a
that's okay. But what's this thing? It's a rat with long nails. Like, it's fucked up.
But this is more Star Wars. A fucking owl that has a fucking.
Ahsoka had an owl that you love that you think is the best thing ever. Now you're
but this owl looks like a freaking owl.
Why are you guys arguing about owls now? You guys
are
arguing about dumb shit.
You have a pirate that looks like Teen Wolf. I mean, let's not argue about what things look like.
Yeah. Pirate like.
I don't think this is going to move the needle.
I'm just telling you, like, this character, JJ. To your point, before these idiots started yelling about owls. To your point, I understand the Ewoks, but they were like, yes, they were a cuddly character because they're made like a teddy bear. Like, that's understandable. Making a character that looks like a fucking old rat with long witch fingers, not quite the things that kids dream about.
I can see.
Well, listen, I love the
cartoon.
Skeleton Crew. The Ewoks cartoon. They had obscure characters in that. There was kids that like that, even though it didn't last that long. But it's still.
I'm not saying specifically this character.
I'm talking specifically about the character we're supposed to be talking about here on the headline. Not saying Ewoks. I already said you're not going to get a bad word on Ewoks. I dressed as an Ewok for my mom sewed an Ewok Halloween costume together for me. My dad created a fucking 6-foot spear. I went around. I got in trouble because I was stabbing kids in school with it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Thank you. Thank you, Bragg. Woo. I like this guy, Bragg. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Fun fact. That is awesome. Give him another one. Thank you for brightening up the day of these two idiots.
Ring the bell.
Hey, stop putting me in the idiot category. The idiot's right above me. I'm not the idiot, man. That's about it, man. I have some logical explanation.
All right, this is for Dob too. Atha Prime will be canonized in the upcoming Jedi Knights comic series. Who's Atha Prime and why does this matter? Go ahead, Dom. You're the toy person.
You know why it matters? You know why it matters?
Why?
It matters that he was in Legends. Definitely a character that kind of Legends because they have a toy of it. Well,
no. No, what happened? What's the story behind Atha Prime?
Just spit it out, Wasey. He's going to be choked.
He's banished by the Talkins. Right, the Talkins. He had a.
This was a toy that was created that never got released.
Yeah, it never got released from the.
It was a prototype toy that from the Clone Wars.
It's still never
like the 1980s that never got released.
Wait, the Clone Wars in 1980s.
That was a toy that whoever was in charge of toys in the 80s.
It was. What was the thing that was supposed to take place after? So Kinder's line ended at what?
Yeah, the Kinder line was crossing over. Yeah,
but when that ended in 85, it was supposed to go forward with something else. This was supposed to be like a big bad guy of that. I can't remember what the name is, but going forward after it ended in 85, they still had plans to make other toys, and this was one of them.
Yeah,
and it never got made because they
like when it went to the Force line or whatever. Okay, yeah,
this is supposed to be a
Power of the Force. I think it was the last thing, right?
Yeah, it was Power of the Force.
I'll have to look up what it was supposed to be.
I think
that's supposed to be something after that. I can't remember what the name of it was.
This was supposed to come out in 86.
Wasn't it supposed to be the fuck was it? Because I think Dom's actually kind of right here. I think they made a comic book in Legacy that was going to be the title line for the next. So Dom Dom, you're right on that. I just can't remember what it was.
So they
is that what you're saying, Dom?
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, I know.
So what you're saying, hold on. You're saying there was a Legacy comic that was a line, and that was going to be the line of the toys that Kenner was going to come out, and this was supposed to be one of the bad guys in it, and it didn't. And
yes, it was another line of.
That sounds about right. I'll give you that. Give him one. All right, that sounds about right. Yep.
Anyway, these characters got used in different ways over the years. Dark Empire used the toy and did some changes to it for the characters in Dark Empire.
Yeah.
But anyway, they are bringing back this lost idea that people have been wanting to see since 1986 in the Jedi Knights character or series. So, comic
was he like a
series.
cyborg character? Wasn't he?
I think, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
Like, that half stands for something. I can't remember what it is.
He'll be one of the evil people that they have to face again and again, I guess, throughout the series. So we'll be interested to see how this one translates 30 years later, 40 years later. So
yeah, you know what's funny? They bring this character, they canonize this character, right, and put him in the thing. But this characters that they should canonize, and they don't freaking canonize them, which makes no sense. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe this
character. This is an easy. You gotta remember though, Dom. This is an easy thing to canonize because you can basically do whatever the hell you want with it. It's not like trying to canonize like Revan or something where you have all this other baggage with it. This
I know, but
kind of do
if
whatever
you
you want.
canonize characters from Legends, you can make new stories. I know fans will be pissed off because they want those stories, but that's what happens if the character is not canonized.
And they're doing that. They're just doing it.
Apex
very
Invader. That's what it was. Apex Invader toy line. That's what the one they were coming.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
Yep. So we got that one coming.
Hey, guess what? Fun fact, Bragg. What's the fun fact about that toy? They don't sell it at Target either.
If you want to pick up Jedi Knights
anymore,
if you don't have a comic shop or you just like to, sit at home, Jedi Knights is available on Marvel's subscription where they send you the comic directly to your house for 12 comics, free shipping, $30.
Yeah, but these books would be damaged to all hell, man, when they said that shit to you. You ever seen
them? Who cares? $2.50 a comic. Yeah. So I mean that's a pretty good deal
for a reader's copy.
It's a pretty good deal. And they do a good job. They usually get them actually often before they actually come out.
Now, do you have to stop, or does it charge you for every? Like, is it like? Remember how you used to be able to fill out on the back? Yeah. How you used to fill out on the back of the subscription service, where you could be like, "Hey, I could choose which ones," and if you didn't choose which one, they just send you a bill for the next version, and you get the next 12.
Speaking of Atha Prime in Jedi Knights, go back real quick one slide to Atha Prime. You remind you of anybody? Minus the cape and the fancy clothes, the helmet and the staff.
Is it supposed to be somebody we know from Star Wars?
From High Republic, maybe? A bad guy?
What do you mean, like Martian?
Martian Road?
Yeah. The helmet and the staff kind of remind me of it.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But
maybe it is Martian Road. Maybe they turn around and turn.
No, it won't be that.
No.
But anyway, so I think it does renew if you want it, but this gives you the first 12 issues. So you get a chance to cancel or renew.
I wish they would give you something, though, that gives me a physical copy and a digital copy. That'd be nice.
And Marco,
yeah, it would be nice.
I missed that.
Look at the chat.
Oh, my God. I'll take care of it.
All right. So we got a new series that I'm interested to hear your thoughts on. That was announced this week. Charles Soule's been teasing for a while. He's going to be doing a new ongoing series. We found out what that ongoing series is. He will be writing Legacy of Vader, and it will center on Kylo Ren, right after episode 8. So between episode 8 and 9.
All kidding aside, we all know the best part. One of the best parts of the sequel trilogy was Kylo Ren.
What?
One of the best parts of the sequel trilogy was Kylo Ren, the character of Kylo Ren.
What?
You don't think one of the best parts?
A whiny bitch who kept throwing temper tantrums? No, I don't think that was the best part.
But when you first saw him and he stopped the laser blast with Poe Dameron, and you saw that, you're like, holy shit, this guy's badass. All right,
until the other 900 minutes I had to sit through.
Yeah. It's true, but actually,
I actually couldn't see because fucking Jackass had so many star flares in that movie that my eyes were just showing fucking flashes of flare the whole time, so I couldn't stop. I could see.
I just don't understand I know this is the future of Star Wars, but to go back and do characters that already people really are not.
Go ahead, finish. When you finish, this is how we
said. Hold on.
No, really not really want. Like Poe Dameron's coming out. Who wants Poe Dameron? Nobody really wants Poe Dameron. Nobody really wants Kylo Ren. I think he's a cool character, but for him to come back, they killed him off. To do this, it really makes no sense. I don't know.
So here's the thing with this though, and as much crap as I've been getting Charles Soule lately, the first Kylo Ren series that came out, wasn't that written by him?
Yep, it was good.
And it was good.
I liked it. I like that.
So hopefully they'll
I actually liked his Darth Vader series a lot too.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully there's going to be a little bit of that in there. Hopefully he won't try to rot. This is the only problem. It's ongoing, which is the scary part about Charles Soule.
Maybe
if
25
Charles Soule
issues?
does limited. What? I'm sorry.
Maybe 25 issues, maybe?
No,
25
that's way
issues
too
for
many.
Vader, and I had no problem with this 25.
I do. Yes, I do. I think he died off. He always putters out and he always adds in weird stuff that he tries to get to in some other book. If you give him, anywhere between 6 and maybe 18, I think that's the proper spot for a series for Charles. He doesn't get overworked in it. He doesn't just put fluff in a bunch of different series, and you get some good building out of characters. If you give him more than that, you're gonna get shit. So hopefully it's not shit.
It's a good moment for the series too, because after 8, there's a lot of development you can do with Kylo, because now Snoke's dead. He's dealing with all that other stuff.
Well, here's the thing. It doesn't call it Kylo Ren. It says Legacy of Vader. So there's a lot of stuff you can add in there that he's good at.
Is this how they continue Vader in the future? Because I mean, obviously Vader can only have a limited presence in the sequel.
Yeah, but you can go back. You can go back. We've already seen in the book now that we read a little while ago, or in the one that we're reading in the comics, where they're bringing up the acolytes of the Sith. You see all that type of stuff. That's the stuff that Soule's good at. He can pepper in stuff like that and have the flashback portions of Kylo Ren. A little bit of the Knights of Ren. We can get some Knights of Ren stuff.
Yeah,
all that stuff is real. All those 3 projects: Kylo, Knights, Acolytes. All the not Acolyte the higher.
I know what you're Sith Acolytes.
Sith Acolytes. Thank you. The Sith Acolytes, the Kylo Ren, and the Knights of Ren. That all stuff. And by the way, he wrote the Knights of Ren very well. All those things tailor into the Legacy of Vader.
I also think you're going to get something like, remember the mainline Star Wars run back in 2015, you had the Journals of Obi-Wan Kenobi, right?
And you had Darth Maul. Okay. Yeah.
I think you're going to find that where he's going to be going and tracking down moments of Vader's life and stuff along those lines. So
he might go to Naboo.
Darth moment in there.
Naboo. He might go to different planets. Who knows? It could be interesting, but I'm still
that could be
in my head.
You're right. Hey, hold on though. Wayseeker's right. That the Obi-Wan journals, if they would have made the Obi-Wan show Obi-Wan journals, that would have been amazing. And I think he has a very valid point. That probably could be what this is. And if it is, once again, I don't want to see more than 18 fucking issues of this, or 20. I don't know, because they don't do it in 10 and 10 anymore.
What's a year? 18. Roughly
12. Yeah,
years 12.
12 plus an annual.
12 to 18 would be good. I don't want to see it go too far.
Well, listen,
yeah.
They have some very cool ass covers, man. Look at some covers that look pretty cool.
That's Annie Wu on the right there, Marco's favorite.
Ooh. Annie Wu. Yeah, I know that's probably not one of my favorite ones of her, but I do like a lot of stuff she does. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But Luke Ross is also doing the art, and I always like Luke Ross's art.
Yeah. Luke Ross does some good Star Wars stuff. Looks very distinct.
Interior, so that should be
all right. Cool stuff.
For you Star Wars Lego collectors, there's a Star Wars Lego bundle that's currently only at Costco. Has 6 books in it, and it brings back a rare U3PO minifigure, which is only available in the 2016 Advent calendar, and then one other,
which I have, so I don't need to buy this.
It also comes with the 25th anniversary Darth Maul figure. So if you don't have the U3PO.
When did Advent calendars become $50? Lego Advent calendars.
They're 40.
They're
not
45. They're 45 and change. That's close enough to 50. Yeah. You're out of your shit.
Yeah, they were on sale. They were on sale on Prime Day for 25. So should have got it on Prime Day.
I'll go find a bootleg.
You'll get them after Christmas.
I'll get them when I get them. You'll know I get them when I get them.
So anyway, if you like, you get 6 books. 2 minifigures, it's $20. That U3PO that sells for about $20 normally on eBay, anyways, because it is not one that lots of people care for or got because it was only in that, like I said, the advent calendar. So here's your chance to pick that up if you are a Lego collector. We also got some shoes. I'm going to see how many weeks in a row we can get.
What is this?
Wembanyama in the news because 2 weeks.
I'm sorry. Who'd you say now?
Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, he's the center for the Spurs.
No. Who'd he say?
Wembanyama.
Star Wars fan.
Is that not how you pronounce his name?
We do
Wembanyama.
sports well here.
Wembanyama.
Wembanyama.
Just call him Wimpy like everybody else in the United States.
Yeah, just call him Wimpy. All right, let's go.
So these are the shoes he wore in his home opener, and they are called the Wookiee of the Year basketball shoes. So I wanted to ask.
Wait, he wore these in a game?
He wore these at the home opener. Yeah.
There's no way. Yeah,
Wookiee
no.
fanatic, would you wear these shoes?
No.
Wookiee fanatic said no. Why?
Yeah.
Dude, they look terrible. Well, we could read what he said.
What's going on with the back of them? It looks like
I know. It looks like
hair loss, Wookiee hair loss going on.
You know why? He's a tall dude, man. He's over 7 foot. This guy. And he's a huge Star Wars fan, so he loves Star Wars. So
yeah, these shoes.
Why? What does that have to do with the back looking like it's black? I don't understand.
These shoes look horrible.
Wait.
what happened?
Okay. Exactly. That's what I'm wondering. What happened? JJ asked, why does the back of the shoe look dirty and like it has black hair coming out of it?
No,
and
he's probably just.
And you say, hey, because you know why? Because this guy's 7 foot tall.
It's on the front too.
It's just on the front. It's like dirt in the back and front.
It's just like the Wookiee.
Next up.
All right, we got other new shoes for you sneaker fans. I don't know this brand. Kariuma is releasing limited edition sneaker collection for Star Wars, and these are the Star Wars shoes that you can pick up. They're reasonable.
Like that bullshit where they do it for like the rings and stuff during the holidays when you're like, the fuck are you talking about Star Wars? Get out of here with that.
$115 is the starting price for that one. So
yeah, get out of here.
Anybody wants to pick up some Star Wars shoes? They got the Rebel and the Empire and hyperspace, all of that type of stuff.
Hyperspace ones actually look cool. They blend in with our background, but I kind of like them.
They kind of look cool. I agree. So maybe I'll pick one of those up. We'll see.
Zag will be on the street with those Chewy shoes.
I want to see somebody wear them.
Zags will. Zag will wear.
I guarantee me those damn sneakers are probably
Zaggy, hit me up with how much those shoes cost. I know you wear a size 5.
Probably.
The children's size, probably I could probably afford to float you the children's size there.
I guarantee he'll be in a future Star Wars movie as an alien being because he wants to.
Oh, I think you're right.
He might play fucking Chewy, dude. He's 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
He'll be a very skinny Chewy.
All right, and last but not least, well, this will lead into the book discussion later, but Samuel Jackson was on the Jimmy Kimmel show this week, and he doubled down on his belief that Mace Windu survived and even gave his own theories about how he did it.
Oh, that's not 10 to 5. 10
Does the book hint that Samuel L. Jackson is right? We'll talk about
that later.
So we'll see. That is a week in Star Wars.
I guess we could get to the book review, but first we'll go through comics real quickly. This came out, still a great book, even though it's second print. I didn't actually see my store have any of these because they still had the first print.
Is it technically a second print or no?
No, it's not a second print. It's just the B cover. But
it's the B cover they forgot to release last week, I think.
Yeah, or the B cover, yeah. So I didn't see any of these. Whatever. Anyways, good book. Try to pick it up. Speaking of that, we're going to hit that up later on with something else, and it has to do with Insider. For next week, we've got Insurgents 3. Great series. Keep it up. Doing good. We also got High Republic, which for some reason, High Republic Adventures having A and B cover still. So if you want to see Rama Lama Ding Dong look like he's taking a shit on the cover, there you go. Get the one on the right. That's the B cover. If not, just pick up the A. Either way. All right. Also, this is what I was going to talk about. So, and if we can get to the bottom of this would be great. Insider 228. Wayseeker's already got his version of it because he's got the subscription version. That version sucks. It's Grogu and Mando. It doesn't matter. But the original solicitation for the PX Insider was the Darth Vader skeleton on the right side. Now, recently, what it says might be coming out as the PX edition tomorrow will be Vader that we've seen. But it looks like that art's been from before, like the Snow Vader that you see here on the left side. So make sure if normally you do not go to Star Wars Insiders, make sure you're checking them out this week. It could be, make sure you go to the newsstands. So the newsstands would be the Target ones, whatever your local superstore is, because we might be able to see it there. Because sometimes they do an A and B cover, just like they did with that one Adventures. where they actually had the High Republic on it the first time, and they had the B cover with just Vader on it. I think that was 100, correct, JJ?
Yeah, you're talking like department stores and stuff?
Yeah.
They usually have newsstands.
Yeah, but they sometimes do an A and B cover. I just don't know where the skeleton cover is coming from because it was the original solicitation. However, now it looks like the PX solicitation is Moon Knight's.
The B cover? The B cover for the
no, because here we go. I think this is technically the B cover, but there's also been 2 DB covers for this. There's been a glow in the dark solicitation that was earlier, which was Darth Vader. Glow in the dark solicitation with 2 bone troopers.
Damn, $20.
But this is the glow in the dark. Yeah,
glow in the dark are always $20.
This is the glow in the dark variant now. But now, if you look at it, even if you click on some of the sites that were originally soliciting Darth Vader bones, it's not. They will go directly to zombie, the zombie glow in the dark helmet insider. So try to keep us posted. Tag us if you got them when you're on Instagram. If you can figure out the difference, I think what we're really going to have to look at here is going into shops and going into the newsstand, because I'm willing to bet that somehow something got screwed up along the way. Once again, the solicitations for Star Wars in general lately have been a bunch of dog shit, i.e. the B cover coming out, as we showed earlier, a week after the actual book came out, the Star Wars Adventure and Dark Horse issues that we've had before. Either way, these might creep up on people because, well, one of the things is whenever you have solicitation that solicits the wrong book to come out, you know that week when nobody's got any content to do, they will start pushing this book like it's something.
So this is the Mando 5th Anniversary Insider.
Yes.
We got D20 or D23 Brazil is coming out during the 5th anniversary too of it. Do you think we're going to get like another Grogu and the Dust Bunnies for the 5th anniversary? Something?
I hope not. They're so stupid.
Silly?
Oh, like a short, you mean?
Yeah.
I really hope not.
I wouldn't be surprised.
One thing I'll say about this is don't be surprised if your extra $10 doesn't get you very much that actually glows in the dark.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, these covers typically don't glow in the dark. But that's not going to matter because people are going to think like this is for the Rubens of the world that like to get too close when they're hugging women that play Star Wars characters.
Ruben's not on tonight. I'm kind of worried about it.
Don't chase this. I bet
he might have gotten in trouble.
He might get in trouble for those picks. Yeah, he might very well. Dom's already in there. All right, FOC. We got Star Wars Adventure, Echo of Fears. I think this is going to be an okay book. Let's get it going. There you go. This is number 3 in the FOC. And then we've got the book that should have already come out and is behind. And oh, shit. Look at that. We got another version of what's her name? Crash. Is that the 16th version of Crash we've seen so far?
Yep.
Probably.
Different every cover.
We also get Rue. Rue's one of my favorites, so I'm excited for this one.
So it's going to suck because if Way6 excited for it, means it's a shitty character. And that's all we got for comics. I mean, comics are getting thinner here. We've asked for us not to get shit. They're not giving us shit. We will get into Twilight later. But before we do that, let's flip through toys real quickly, and then we'll get into the Mace Windu part of if he's alive or not. Here we go, Dom.
You had 2 things that were going on. You had MCM that went on this week in London, and they showed.
Well, I used to have that on every weekend when I created that.
Yeah. Well, they showed the final product of what Savage Press is going to look like. Black Series looks pretty badass. I definitely will consider picking this up. Definitely like it. This was shown at MCM. Actually, yeah, this MCM because then they also had something for Hasbro Pulse they showed too. But again, the Luminar, and we're getting
whose Hobbit toes is holding that box? Why somebody? Look at that. What is that?
That's Wayseeker's hands.
Dude, yep. That is what is that?
Victor Whip and Yappa hands.
That looks like a Hobbit's toe they got there. What the hell?
I don't know. It's a crazy thumb. I'm surprised they're coming out with these figures. That's
what your thumb looks like, Wayseeker?
Yeah, I'm a hand model. Can I say?
That is not a hand model, bro. That is not a hand
Banana
model.
hands.
Dude, what are we doing?
That's pretty cool. They came out with a character to round up the
cool character.
That literally looks like a big toe. What the fuck's going on here?
The prequel series.
Shaq T looks cool though. Yeah. Next time, let's edit out fucking Wayseeker's thumper thumb there. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's a dumb thumb. Oh yeah, it was a dumb thumb.
So Boba,
Nobody wants this.
Why?
I
is this
don't
out
know
so
who
late?
asked for this.
Hey, King
I
of
don't know
Nerds.
who asked for this, but it's
Seems kind of
Dude,
pointless to
hey,
have him
hold
not a
on.
pod racer.
Not only that, but doesn't it look like he's shitting out like silver or something? Like, what is going on
you know,
there?
it looks like a scrotum. This fucking thing. It
I'm
looks like
gonna
a,
tell you what
friggin-
I was gonna
a
tell you what it
game.
looks like, but it's completely inappropriate. And I'm not gonna really say what it looks like, but
So
get a
weird.
towel. Just get a warm towel next time.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so they actually dropped this. The
What the fuck did they do to this person's
lieutenant.
face?
There's the girl from Ahsoka from flying the ship.
When?
Yeah,
I remember this girl.
Lieutenant. First off, did they
Lieutenant,
just want to draw like roundhead Charlie Brown chunky? Like the fuck they do this for?
Nobody wants this one either.
Who
They
is
got
any of this
coming
shit
out. They have
for?
the
If I had
ship.
to pick between this one and Sebulba, it actually picks Sebulba.
Wait,
They
hold
got
on.
the
Is this?
ship- They have
is
the
this
ship
small
with
one
the ship that was in Ahsoka. That went
Oh, this
after,
is vintage. So this is tidy,
yeah.
anyways. Nobody gives a
Yeah,
shit.
so-
about this.
the ship that went after Sabine.
Fuck vintage.
And I'm surprised they're coming out with another Acolyte figure. I'm very surprised that they're
What?
continuing making them.
People
Derp,
like
derp,
Jordan.
derp, Jedi Knight, or what is this?
This is
Jordan.
Jordan. This is friggin' Wave Seeker's favorite character, man.
That's what he. That's not what he looked like. This looks like
This is what he looked like as he was dying, and he had no.
I
he
know.
looks like. Hey, he looks like one of the boys in this one. This is what he looks like. He looks like one of the boys. That's the only way I'm going to be able to say it because I think it's the only way you can say it nowadays. He looks like one of the boys. You must love wrestling. That's what I'm saying. That is not good. Jesus,
We're
jeez,
getting-
Pete's
We're getting Obi-Wan with the
pooping his
glasses.
pants.
What? I think this is pretty cool, Obi-Wan. I like this. With the
I
soft
think it's
goods.
Michael Jackson gloves has got on there.
You squint his eyes a little bit. It's like he's
got-
pushing out a
he's got a
growler,
little
dude.
No, but he also has the goggles.
He's got it spread already.
He's
like
got his
just trying
whale
to-
meat in his pocket there.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, that whale meat really got me backed up.
You know, somebody
What are we
Very
doing?
much protein.
talking about the figures that they are so far behind in vintage line figures that they make figures that you really don't want. Where is the friggin' Balin and the friggin'
The veins about to bump on this guy's head.
I'm just saying the figures that should be made, like the
Vintage
Dex-
sucks.
Yeah,
There you
All
go.
right,
your
so
favorite
here's the
sound
jumbo
board.
figures.
What is this?
the jumbo figures from Gentle Giant, the jumbo figures of IG-12.
Bobby
No.
Frick driving him.
The Baba Fick.
It's
This piece
him,
of
Bubba
shit.
Frick, yeah. And
Oh,
you got
that's
the
cool.
power droid. You got the medic droid.
Wait, how big is this?
These are like the 12 inches. 12 inch big. They
I don't think you need 12 inches for a medical droid.
Yeah.
Who is this?
So this I forgot her name. She was in Legends. She was a stormtrooper in Legends. They coming out with a little statue. Forgot her fucking name. Hold on a second.
Was this Boba Fett's wife who got
No.
got taken to the side?
Yeah, nah, it's definitely not. Just can't think of her damn name. Come to me. But anyway, she's
No worries.
getting a statue.
How much does this thing cost?
It's about $1.20.
Jesus.
This is a.
That's horrible.
I know.
What,
Look at that face.
Dom? Are all these sculpts? I know it's not. You're not the one creating it, but are all these sculpts looking like this lately?
Gentle Giant. I don't know if these are still in the prototype stage where before the final product comes out, but
They can touch that up.
Poor.
The
what
droid
is-
looks
What are
good.
those?
BD1 looks good, but
Everything
Who
but
is
his face
that?
actually doesn't look bad. The face is awful.
yeah, the face is just
What?
horrible.
It's not just Gel Giant; it's the whole lot of this so far. Oh, that's all right. But
again,
what are they
Commander
doing?
Cody. I mean, Rex, Captain Rex, for getting Clone Wars statue, a PVC statue, which
That's
not
fine.
bad.
Yeah, that was not bad.
Swish to the left, to the right one time.
We're getting a Ventress.
Haven't we already
animated-
gotten this?
No, this is another. This is the animated version. This is the Clone Wars version that we're getting on this. And we
I
also
guess it
get
looks all right.
the
That
Purge
looks cool. I
Trooper.
guess. I don't know if we need that,
We're getting
but
We're getting Commander Frodo. That he's the one that for the thing. And then we're getting this Boba Fett.
hold on. That doesn't even look like they did a lot of detail in them.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
We're getting
Whoa,
the
shit!
Boba
What
Fett-
happened to his head?
Yeah, the Boba Fett, the removable helmet. We're getting it. Yeah.
Dom, are you buying this?
Are you
That was
buying
like a
this one?
bootleg.
Are you
This
buying it now?
does.
You know what? I don't even have the new one yet. I didn't get the new one yet. I have just one of the The gentle giant.
Bro, is this coming for? Is this coming?
How
from
much?
Turkey?
How much? How much?
I think this is coming from Turkey. This is a Turkish bootleg.
No, these are like $80.
Oh,
$80. Holy!
Dom, you got to pick it up. I want to
do.
see you unpack this and see how bad it looks.
this looks like a custom deal, dude.
No, it's not. It's the
Like a bad
I know, remove the helmet. He should have kept the helmet on. That's but
Even with the helmet on, he looks jacked up.
Yeah, like
Well,
what's with
with
the
that,
gun and the I don't know
something.
you know,
Yeah.
lack
Hey,
of
bro.
articulation and there's like why is his arm? Why is his forearm?
Dude, this
so
reminds
huge?
me of like the Fisher, like the Kenner, like what was
Yeah,
it?
it's like these.
Playmates.
He looks like he's got. He's looking like he's like Hellboy with a giant fucking left arm. Or
He's like
whatever.
these. But this is like the giant.
Oh, he's that big?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck this. That's gotta look terrible. How much does that thing cost? $80?
It's like $80. Yeah.
Wow, that does not.
You
nope.
got to buy it, Dom. Boba.
This
All right, so
actually
this is
looks
the
all right.
hot toy
Hard pass.
Savager Press. That I like this. I like this a lot. You know, so this will go very nice next to my my Darth Maul from Clone Wars.
Thanks.
How much?
This
What's
is
up,
this
Steve?
is like $275, $300. It's hot
Oh,
toy.
yeah,
man.
well, I mean, that's what it takes to make a face look actually good.
Yeah.
Sucks, bro. Hey, this is good.
F8's Figure Arts coming out with Obi-Wan, which not bad. Here you get
How
the
much does this cost?
about $120.
That's just as good as a $200-$300 one. All right, that's it.
it.
All right, good, Dom. All right, well, that looked like
Good
a
representation
lot
there.
of shit there. Looks like.
Sir Alec Guinness.
All right, let's talk about the novel and how Mace Windu's
We're going
probably.
to talk about something that's more shit right here. So,
What?
whew.
Oh,
Can I just preface this book
A
was
bit more figures.
fucking dog shit?
I will say, I usually read a Star Wars book, within 48 hours that it comes in my door. This book took me 10 days to read, and I only read it because we had to for this review. I had no
you would
desire.
have stopped otherwise.
I had no desire to read this book after I read it for the first day. And it did get better after chapter 40 a little bit, but
What's
getting
40?
the
I was
first
just
40
joking about
chapters,
40.
I'd rather watch paint dry than watch.
So why we're saying 40 is it's kind of a joke. But what happened in the beginning of this book is they literally started. It was like they started from somebody not knowing, never reading a Star Wars book. So they would be like, there's a guy named Mace Windu, and he is something called a Jedi. And a Jedi is something that's kind of like a priest, but kind of not, that sometimes protects the whole Republic. The Republic is this force that's in charge of all these people. Oh, by the way, the word force is kind of like this yin and yang thing that's out there in the, like, literally breaking down Star Wars, I guess, the best way they could. If you've never heard of Star Wars before, it was just fucking horrible. And it was dry and it was tough. At first, Wayseeker goes, "Oh, Marco's gonna love the first couple chapters." And by the time I had gotten to like chapter 20, I was like, holy shit. Because there literally is one point where they go, and there's a little boy named Anakin, and Anakin has dirty blonde hair, and Anakin's a little angry, and Anakin has the Force, and there's a guy named Qui-Gon Jinn who also used to be a Jedi, and Qui-Gon Jinn helped this dirty boy, and he used to be a slave. And you're like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, there's no shot this book is like that. And Wayseeker, then I was like, that's bullshit. Wayseeker's like, you might be right. They needed a page count for this. So I mean, just to fill everybody in, when we're saying this is dog shit, like, I would say easily 200 pages could have been cut out and you wouldn't have lost anything. Would we agree on that?
easily.
Yeah.
Easily 200 pages. Okay.
More than that.
Part
But
of
we'll
me
get into that.
wonders.
So pretty much
there you
the
Go
only named characters that you know in this book. So this is like the worst PowerPoint presentation for this book because there's nothing you can do for this book.
They
There's
named
no
Padme
people.
in there. They named Anakin in there.
Yeah, I'm not for one sentence.
Yeah, but
He
they
had
were
dirty hair. He had dirty blonde hair,
and
and
he
he was
Yoda at the
angry.
very end in a couple places. But
Yeah.
Mace Windu and Qui-Gon. Basically, this
To
book
be clear,
takes-
the other characters had names. They just aren't characters we care
we'll
about.
go through their names in a little bit here. But Qui-Gon, it's right after Qui-Gon dies. So the whole thing is so stupid. Qui-Gon records this message because somehow he thinks he's going to die by the Force, maybe, before he even has ever heard of a Sith. So he records two messages, one for Mace Windu before it and one for Mace Windu after he completes the mission. He can only play then. It's dumb. And so, but it's this mission is these people that saved his life while he was on this planet trying to find this.
It doesn't matter. It
Pilot
doesn't matter. It
Apollo.
was a waste. It was stupid. There's no
So,
plot.
That's what happened.
Pretty
Here's
much
other
the plot
characters.
is Mace Windu needs to go to
Actually,
a fucking planet.
I almost think there was a little too much plot. I think.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, it doesn't, like, the grand scheme of things doesn't matter. Mace Windu just needs to go to a fucking planet so that he could fall in love with somebody.
Yeah.
So your other characters, you have Kenshan Nightberg and the Sayed. That will become Mace Windu's wife in the book. We'll talk about that one a little bit.
And he
you
didn't
got
even
the
know he was
Hillian-
married. Fucking stupid.
You got the Hillian silkworms, which are friends with the Sayed, and they're like spider thing. I don't even know what they are. What are they?
They're silkworms. They're literally silkworms that produce silk.
That's
And
it.
then become slaved because they produce silk.
But they have the Force, and
Yes.
are able to communicate through dreams. Whatever.
Yeah.
You got the depth dwellers, which are these beasts.
Well, is it not just is it dreams? Because we don't know. Because if you got
Nightmares.
crystals shoved up your ass, you might be in the world between worlds. You might be. We don't know. If you keistered a crystal, you might be in the world between worlds.
We'll talk about that one. You got depth dwellers in here. You got
Which are
Venvin.
zombies, pretty much, that are
Yeah.
depth dwellers or
Oh,
zombies that are
They're fungus.
mushrooms.
They're fungus that
yeah, they're
They're-
people
yeah,
that get eaten
they're
by
like
mush- they're-
drinker.
yeah, they're kind of like drinker. You got
They're like
Venvin, the
drinker.
bartender.
I hate to say it. That's what they are.
If you ever played Minecraft and you get a mushroom cow, that's what they are. They're the mushrooms on the cow.
You got Maya droids, who are these crazy
Oh,
droids.
stupid. Jesus.
You got, and then you got your big bads. You got a couple.
Who
of
wrote
them.
this?
Matt Barnes.
Don't ever let him write anything
Stephen-
again.
He wrote-
Stephen Barnes.
He wrote a
Stephen
book
Barnes.
in Legends.
Stephen
book
Barnes,
was
did
it?
you say?
I think it's Stephen Barnes, wasn't it?
This
Stephen
guy,
Barnes.
this guy should never write another.
He
Star
wrote
Wars
a book
project.
in Legends like 20 years ago. And I think
I
everybody-
actually have to
was a short-
apologize.
Wasn't
I
it a
think
short
everybody
story?
hated that book too, if I remember right.
I have to actually apologize. I have said for a very long time that
Yeah.
Justine Ireland is the worst Star Wars writer of all time. Incorrect, sir. This jackass Stephen
Damn.
fucking Barnes decided that he was going to say "hold my drink" and prove that he could be the most incompetent writer of any Star
And
Wars book
It's not even close.
ever. No,
It's not
oh
even
no,
close.
no. He's because there's parts where you could argue, like, Justine, wow, that's really, like, you're really grandizing, self-platforming, a bunch of other bullshit you could say that writers should be doing in this type thing. You're drowning out, you're getting paid per word. This motherfucker said, no, if you think that shit's true, don't worry about it. I'm going to get paid by every fucking letter I put in this book because I'm going to write a ton of letters. It's like when Dom says, hey, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something that makes some sense out of something. And you know some gibberish is going to come up that nobody's going to fucking understand. Imagine if you did that in a book.
He wrote the Cestus Deception, which nobody has
Which
referenced or
was
thought
just
of ever.
a shithole of a book.
You got Chulak. Chulak is a
I'm looking that up right
combined-
now. I actually don't think I've ever read that book. The Sepsis Disaster.
well, don't ever read it. So
I know you're good double back and read it now.
Chulak is a combined person who was a species we don't know. I forget the two species he was off the top of my head. But basically, they come one body with two heads, and it makes them like have super strength.
What's Greedo? Or what's Greedo?
Yeah, I can't think of it off the top of my head. What those species?
You know what I'm
are.
saying? What species?
Yeah, I
is
know what
he?
it is. Yeah,
The green
Like-
guys with the eyes that are big.
Rhodian, right?
It's Rhodian and a what was the other half of them? That was stupid too.
It was so stupid.
Actually, I
dumb.
kind of thought
Yeah, they joined
not
together.
necessarily joined together wise, but I thought that was the best character or one of the better characters. But-
He was, but he wasn't.
This is good. Hey, Bragg hated this book so bad he took it back to Target. Did they give you a refund or did they tell you they don't sell books there anymore?
But the other big bad was even worse. Queen Sybil, which is like the size of Jabba the Hutt, and has all they do is have sex and have little babies.
No.
And then
That's not true. All she's done is had sex one time.
no,
which
5
we had
days
to
in a
find
row.
out.
5
was
days
ve-
in a row.
It was very graphic. We had to hear how she fucking just got spooged, and she literally says the spooge was so good. I've been able to create Dom, you're not even listening to this because if you
Listen.
were, you'd be like shit. She talked about how some male version of her species banged her back out for 5 days straight and spooged into her many times, deposited his semen in her so many times and so powerful in loads that she has generations for eons to produce offspring.
And then she killed him after those 5
Because she ate his head off, yeah. But
like
still, it's still inside her. Like or where is she storing it? Did she say where she's storing it? But she has stored the built-up spooge of this dude. This dude went, and I'm not saying it like she said it like in one little thing. Like I just said there. This was like this is like a 5-minute fucking. This is like a 3-page talk conversation about how she's getting her back. Well, whatever. It's not back.
Mace asked this question too. It's like that's
why Mace asked it. And Mace said I regretted asking it, and then it continues going on. And I regretted that they put this in the fucking book. I don't want to hear about, dude. If you think I hate relationship, like I think this boy's hot. I think this girl's hot. I think this girl. The last thing I want to be reading is about some dude spooging in some like spider queen thing or whatever, praying mantis hybrid, and then her somehow storing the spooge someplace so that she can have 26 offsprings, but she can have another
600 and some.
Oh, 600 and some, but she can have sorry, I'm lowering that to 6 and then 12. So she's got enough spooge like saved up where she can have 12,000 more. Like, what are we doing here? I don't need to know that. I don't need to know that. What are we doing? Yes, you can't say, I can't highlight that, but yeah, Chaiba. Yeah, exactly. No, like literally, that's what she says she is. It is disturbing. Dom probably would love it. I don't know.
Dom would. And then the other big bad was Nala Falfida, who is the one that Qui-Gon was tracking down and works for Chulak.
I do. I think it's in the back, like the last hour where that happens, Wookie. Don't listen to it.
The whole book, pretty much, except for like 2 chapters, takes place on a planet called Metagos, which we've never seen before. And basically, Metagos is the planet from 3 Body
5 days
Problem.
worth of loads. She made clear 5 days worth of loads.
If you watch 3 Body Problem, or if you read the book, it's this planet that has disaster after disaster and has to restart over and over. So this planet, every 500 years, has a solar flare, which kills everything, and everybody has to go down.
Here's the problem. No, but it doesn't. And here's the problem with it. I actually kind of liked the explanation of the web, right? Like there were parts of this book that were okay, but then he would dribble in spooge parties and like the cutting of the rope and all this other nonsense. Like what? Oh, just frustrating that Wayseeker. First off, can we all collectively say fuck you, Wayseeker? This book is shit because of this book.
I didn't have anything to do with it. You review all books.
But you could have said, hey guys, you know what? I've already started reading this. This thing is such a dumpster fire. I don't need to be
fair. To be fair, he did warn us on this one more than most.
I did. I warned you before you started it.
Yeah, the bubble load. That'd be funny.
I never gave any hints that this book was anything other than horrible.
Well, let's get So one of the main bad guy here.
Here we got some storylines.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, Web of Silk. Okay, yeah, which is also the world between worlds, maybe kind of, because you could shove a crystal up your ass and then silk and then web and then you go into this thing and you can't die. Okay, Chuckles. Who's Chuckles again?
Chuckles.
Chulak is the main bad guy.
Oh yeah. That's people together, right?
What? The 2 people together, and they wanted Mace to join.
Okay, so let's explain this. Chew and Locke are 2 different fucking people that they sew together. It's got 2. The He-Man that had like the 2 heads and the arms would go back and forth like this. Dom, which guy is that? It had 2 heads, like dragon heads, and the arms would go back and forth.
Basically, he's like Frankenstein, or these 2.
Yeah, but they took 2 different species, cut them in half, and then sewed them together. And by the way, when Mace kills these fuckers, spoiler alert, because I hope nobody buys this book, he does kill them. He just dissects them in half again, because one half wanted to die and the other half didn't want. Like, that didn't make any fucking sense either. It was just stupid. It was absolutely. So they're 2 different, but they talk at the same time, except for at the end when they're trying to fight them because they're supposed to be dead anyways. Somehow they got a starship also in a fucking tunnel which didn't make any fucking sense. And Mace Windu beat him with whips, also didn't make fucking sense. Also
Just-
didn't fucking, just 2 whips going back and forth.
But yeah, this Chulak guy wants
Chokehold guy, yeah.
wants Mace to become a third. So there's going to be 2 of them, and then they're going to sew Mace onto them for the longest time. And so, like, they have like this great big dinner that takes forever, where they are trying to woo Mace into becoming their third of,
Yeah, so to attach themselves to the third.
yeah.
I'm telling you guys, we are not over exaggerating this. This is the legitimate dog shit.
Maybe
Like
a little bit.
There were good
we
parts of the book.
were. How many loads? She definitely said she took a ton of loads from that dude.
No,
There
I'm
were some
not
good
saying
parts
you're
of the book,
exaggerating that part, but yeah.
There remember me. So you got the basic storylines is that, like I said, this is Qui-Gon's final mission where Mace finishes it. And he goes,
Which
to
they
the
didn't need
planet.
to do. That was stupid. It didn't make any sense.
It didn't
They
make
kept,
any
but
sense.
then they kept saying like, "You're here because we killed him," and they're like, "No, he obviously wasn't killed." And they had to bring that back up for the 800. Like, who cares? You still got dissected by a Jedi. Who cares? You didn't kill anybody. I don't understand that. That was stupid. The kid thing, you killed one of my 800 kids. Nobody even knows. Like you had 600. Like that part. Remember, she was so mad she was going to kill him because he killed what? Like that's how he originally ran into her. He killed one of the 600 kids.
Right.
But then later on in the book, she's talking about how she loves getting spooge in her. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing
You
here?
keep going back to that well, aren't you?
Now the storyline is Mace on this side.
If I'm scarred by it, you all must be scarred
that's-
by it too.
That's ended up being the people that he marries, and he learns about the web, which is like an alternative understanding of the Force, and he's also a web wielder and a Force wielder.
There
at
was
the
one thing
same
I
time.
didn't hate was not necessarily so I felt like a lot of the things in this book were like good concepts.
Yeah.
When you put them in, but then like it just takes it way too descriptive and way too far.
Yeah.
Like, the web is a perfect example of that. Like I liked that concept at first and the way it was explained and the way it kind of like weaved into the Force kind of type thing, but then it's like the whole marriage thing, and it just goes too far. And you're like,
But see, that was it too. Like the web started forming, like the web, the dream world, which is like it was too much of the. It really had too much of that world between world feeling where you go like, what is this though? And they're like,
I didn't blame it too much for that. But I didn't blame it too much for that. But
I had it like they couldn't
Filoni
explain
can't
it.
even explain to me the damn world between worlds, so I don't care about crossover of that too much. But
Well, that's why I said I think there's parts in there where it got confusing and you couldn't. They're trying to like explain it too much, but not explain what it is. You see what I'm saying? Like,
well, like we said originally, this book is oddly written. Obviously, it's a person who doesn't write much Star Wars, but it seems oddly written for somebody who hasn't like almost no familiarity with Star Wars.
I will be honest with you.
I wonder if I went back in time and like wiped everything Star Wars from my mind and reread this book if I thought it might be better, but I can't do that. But I also think at the same time, like, who's this book for? Because let's face it, who's picking up Star Wars books unless you're a Star Wars fan at this point?
Right.
It makes
well.
it
Here's
makes
the thing that I'm going to tell you too.
Let's go through the storylines real quick.
If this guy's got 2 Star Wars books, there's no reason why Dom shouldn't have one. I'm serious. I'm all for Dom getting a book after this.
Dom has to actually write a book.
Yeah,
that's the hard part.
This guy didn't write a book.
Give it to a publisher.
Like I figured, write a synopsis.
Hey, if Del Rey could,
like 100 pages, maybe not, maybe more, is Mace undercover, and really undercover. The only thing he's doing is he's working for both Sybil and Chulak and pitting them against each other. There's a train heist. There's a train heist that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But then, like, after the train heist is over, Chulak's like, "Get me the Solver," which is Mace's undercover name.
Yeah, his name's also the Solver, which is so stupid.
And then we never hear anything about it again. It's like you just.
Oh, we do at the end when they say,
line.
"Yeah, we're going to solve his problem by killing the Solver."
It made no sense.
Yeah,
the whole undercover thing was interesting for like 20 pages. And
I was about to say that's another thing where like it started to get good and then it just went on and then forgot and then
no, it's like the battles,
again.
But the battles too start to be good and then they're it was like, wait, what? What do we
like? You guys said the ending was like the better part of the book, but to me this is like going to a steakhouse and ordering a steak and like everything except for the center of the steak was like horrible gristle.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like, I liked like the middle of this book like more than the middle. Like if you took just the middle of this book, and cut off like the last like 20 to 30 chapters and the first 20 to 30 chapters,
Oh no,
you might have a good book.
No,
But-
I'm saying like no. Hey, you're right. I'm not saying the ending was good. Like I'm saying like the battle parts were pretty decent. Like yeah, which is not the ending. You're right. The ending of the book is like all of a sudden we're cutting a rope and we're not married anymore, and like we're cutting a person in half because one part wants to die and one doesn't.
It's like somebody who wanted to write like Game of Thrones like all in one book because it's like the battle descriptions are like abusively short.
Yes,
compared to the rest of the descriptions of everything else in this book,
and they were actually pretty decent. Like
they were actually pretty decent. But
they're
like,
actually pretty decent. Yeah.
Give me like 10 pages of a battle, and then like 20 pages of how this worm species or whatever reproduces or whatever. You're like, oh god.
Yeah. Or that the silkworms, like, and then they gave you the silkworm thing, right? Okay, cool. We're being trapped and pretty much slaved for our silk, but then they're like, all of a sudden you have this conversation of like the silkworms. I don't think this guy's beating the shit out of the slave silkworms anymore. We need to beat them up more so they'll produce more. Like, what the fuck? What are we talking about? Why is that even in here? Like, why are we having this conversation in the book? Like, you want to beat up slaves? Like, okay, we already knew you were the bad guys. Like, do we need that? I don't understand.
Because that's always a good tactic too, is to make slaves' lives worse.
Yeah,
that'll increase production.
Yeah.
We already talked about Chulok's admiration of Mace. That was weird. Mace leads a rebellion. That's the battle scenes. It was good at times when in the shadows, and that went on way too long. We'll talk, but that was a big storyline. Mace falls in love with the leader of the Said. They actually get married, but Mace doesn't know it.
Yeah, Mace doesn't. That also made no sense. How they get married? He doesn't even fucking know it.
Yeah,
she's like fucking. It's like a woman freaking having to pay child support for that his child. Yeah. That type of shit.
Oh, dude, she goes like this. She goes, "Give me this rope," and he cuts the rope. He goes, "Why are you cutting the rope? Isn't that like
are you getting married?
Getting divorced or something?" Married, and she goes, man. "Yeah." He goes, "Well, when did we get married?" She goes, "Well, I won't let you command my troops without getting married." He goes, "Yeah, but that's not an answer. That isn't an answer." Would you roofie him? Like, what happened? Where
he went to Vegas and he forgot. That's what happened.
He went. Hey, he keistered that crystal, that dream that he was in the world,
in the
afterworld.
I thought that was maybe you guys thought differently than I did. At first, I thought that was going to be played for like comic relief.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
But it wasn't. I was like, what?
No,
what?
No, yeah, that's. Yeah,
like I thought it was gonna be like, oh, okay, some comic relief in the book. I get it. He doesn't know he's married. No, it wasn't.
That was it. That was just it. It literally. What I said is exactly where it goes, and it stops there. It's very awkward. Like there's so many awkward points in this book that like I just don't.
And then the other big storyline I put at the end here. All throughout the book, Mace has doubts and dreams. We figure out where it's coming from, but in it, it's all as him as a child thinking that his parents abandoned him. So it's, I don't know, about 50 pages of the books were dreams where he had to think through his childhood and if he really was a Jedi.
Am I right? Did he ask Yoda? Yoda goes like, yeah, everybody should doubt it because you were stolen as a child. Dom, you love that. He goes, yeah, we steal you guys as childs. So you should. And then he goes, hey, Yoda, did you do that? You had doubts too? Yoda goes, yeah, fuck no, dude, you're a pussy. That's what he pretty much says. He doesn't even call him pussy. He just goes, yeah, fuck no.
I think it was referring to the fact that his was like a long time ago or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, but he asked him, he goes, did you ever do that? He's like,
no.
Oh, Mace, yes, you should. Everybody does that. He goes, oh, you did too, Yoda? He goes, no. Yeah. No more conversation. No more shit. He just was like, nope.
The storyline of his like dreams and like the doubts and like I guess the introspection, if you want to call it that he had, like it was one of those things that like I thought at first it was an insanely interesting kind of concept there, and it was actually done well at first, and then it just like went on to like too much detail. Like you said, it gets to the point where like he asked Yoda, and like Yoda's basically just like it's like watching an old mafia movie, like forget about it or something. That's pretty much what Yoda tells him. And you're like, what?
Yeah, Yoda tells him like, yes, every Jedi goes through that. He's like, oh, cool, you went through Yoda. He goes, no.
But Mace Windu, imagining Mace have Ray syndrome where like all he cares about are these parents that he's never met or can't remember. It was bizarre for Mace Windu. It was just
only he's twice weird. Only he's like twice Ray's age, so you think he would have like given up by now.
We've already talked a lot about these overall comparisons. The pacing sucked. The character development sucked.
Horrible.
Mm-hmm. Like this version of Mace Windu was really weird. Like sometimes Mace Windu was like
cool,
full of doubt. And then there were
Oh,
sometimes
that's
like
a cool point.
oddly
he just killed
bloodthirsty.
everybody, and
Yeah, like
Yeah.
didn't care about killing everybody.
yeah.
It was so
Which
weird.
I didn't hate the kind of the bloodthirsty thing of him, but it's like it's weird because the way you explain Jedi is like this. Again, we had it explained to us for some reason in this book exactly what it was like this reverent thing, right? But then, like 30 chapters later, you have Mace Windu like axing everybody with a freaking lightsaber in the face.
Well, here's the other thing. Well, here's the other thing too. Then after he does it, that Cuckluck or whatever his name is he goes, hey, yeah. He goes, isn't that what you Jedis always do? You got to make an excuse why you're fucking mercilessly killing everybody. And you're like, well, they don't just usually go out and mercilessly like. That's what you added in the book that he's bloodthirsty so that you could put that line in there. Yeah. And then they never do anything with that fucking line.
Yeah, it was because okay, so when you think of Mace Windu, you think of like guy who kind of skirts the line of gray Jedi or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
like,
not a fucking
which was fun. That's why it's like the bloodthirsty thing kind of works to a degree, but then it just goes too far, and then like you said, it's forgotten about more or less. And like towards the end, like I don't know. Everything in this book was that same kind of path. The love story
was him making out with a chick for one time, and apparently if you kiss a chick, then you're married. So watch out. Don't be kissing chicks.
We'll be doing kissing random chicks.
Kiss a random chick. You're gonna be on Maury Povich. You're gonna be like, you might live in Indiana, saying you live in Chicago, and then all of a sudden
remind me of Dom's favorite series, Book of Boba Fett, where he inhales the space lizard and gets all high.
Oh yeah.
And then by the end of the episode, he's a Tusken.
It was weird. It was weird. The whole thing was weird. And so this gets me to the whole point. Why was this book written? That's what I think I come back to. Most Star Wars books, I can figure it out. Like the High Republic is moving things along.
Here's what it is. I think you do have a point because you think it had something to do with Mace still being alive. But I think my thought process and your thought process were different. And once again, we've revealed that they will say something and then just not fucking do anything with it. So go ahead, Wayseeker.
So basically, Mace falls in love with this person, and it's in this planet that's in the middle of nowhere. Nobody knows anything about this planet. And one of the really interesting things is when he comes back from his mission with Yoda, Yoda's like, "Don't put this in the archives. Don't put this whole trip in the archives." which is a weird thing for Yoda to say, but it was like, "Yeah, don't put."
He does it with everything.
I bet he does that with everything.
Yeah, now he's doing it with everything. There's a planet.
I don't have anything in the archives at this point. But it almost to me makes it seem like if Mace Windu survives, he hasn't been seen for 40 years, right? Mm-hmm. It gives him a logical place for Mace Windu to go and just be. He falls in love with this woman. At the end, he's like, "I hope to see you someday." She's like, "I hope to see you too when the chance comes."
So that's not the only thing that there is some leading into this. And this is why I keep bringing up the crystal they stole that he hid in his keister, because there is a point where Mace Windu kind of dies in this book. Right. And then they're
able to bring her back. They brought Qui-Gon back from almost from death.
They bring him back from death. And somehow it has to do with a combination of the web and a crystal. Once again, it didn't make any fucking sense. And it was just like just like everything else. Like, they kind of said, "Oh, there's a crystal, and maybe that's what there's a web." And like they didn't exactly explain how it was, but they inferred that there is an ability with the
Said people,
the Said, and this crystal, and a crystal that we don't know where it is because he didn't give it back, and they never mentioned the crystal again, mind you. But he has it in his possessions, we believe, somehow, right? Maybe his keister, maybe someplace else, but like. That somehow makes sure that you don't die, or that when you die, you come back from, as long as you're not super dead, I guess.
They could heal him if he was almost dead. They could heal him. It would be a perfect place for him to hide underground. Nobody knows about this planet. It's not in the archives, so that Palpatine would never have any reason to look for Mace Windu there.
Yeah, under the rules of this book, Ruben's married to Rose.
Yeah, and he could exist there. With his love interest, and the only person that would know that he was there would be Yoda. Because Yoda would be the one that.
Yeah, I mean they really set it up.
Also hiding on a remote planet, so
yeah, it'd be the perfect remote planet for Mace Windu to get better and to wait for things.
And by the way, so part of the thing about the 500 years or whatever, and there's talking about this web thing is there's another part of the book that they fucking slip in there too. Like I think I really do think, now that we're talking about, the whole point of this book was to give you a bunch of fucking weird ass shit, like the cutting of the rope, the spooging for 5 nights, the this and that, all this nonsense, just so that you miss the 2 sentences where he goes at one time, like, no, we do all this shit to keep everybody away from this planet. Oh, we can control the fucking zombie moth stuff, but we allow it to happen to keep people off this planet. Oh, yeah. The glass upstairs, yeah, that's to keep people. Everything is a way to keep people away from the planet. I mean, that's part. Like, this seemed like it was a setup to say, like, oh, Mace Windu's alive, and how's he alive? Oh, well, there's things called the Saids that literally keep everybody away from the planet. He's got a crystal in his keister. They got this web thing, and they can heal the dead.
Well,
fuck.
You put the crystal in the ass you keep talking about. You put a crystal in the ass.
Yeah, he got searched. He got searched, and the crystal wasn't there, but it was there. He keistered it, dude. What do you want me to tell you?
I think too. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't this also kind of introduce the concept of like keeping your consciousness alive without your body, type of thing?
Yes, and if you did that, well, but if you did it long enough, you could have your body back to it.
Yeah, kind of almost like, you die and you're resurrected, and then like type of thing. But yeah,
and you're in your body without being a zombie.
Yes.
Yes.
What
100%.
I'm hearing about this book, you need to be on Spice to understand it.
Well, I think Dave Filoni's like, I want to bring Mace Windu back.
I think that's true. I think
Can we find a way to bring Mace Windu back? Let's give this crazy author this story that only they can come up with something crazy enough to make sense of it, and nobody will read the book.
Well, no, I don't think that's what it was. I think they said, hey, listen. I think they said, hey, listen, this is how we want to do it. Give us pitches. And he's like, okay, cool. Right when you can explain this, stop. Don't explain anymore right there. Shut it off. Okay, I'll do that. No problem. Like, that's what it seemed like. It seemed like,
Mace Windu comes back for the Grogu and Mando movie. I said it.
Who knows at this point? I think they'll do something separate for it.
I think he'll do. No, I think I think he's gonna do is those animated shows, and then he's gonna show up all of a sudden.
I wouldn't be surprised about that. I think, but yeah,
your mom a couple times, 6 feet.
But that's the only thing I can think of this book is Dave Filoni said, "I want Mace Windu back." Okay, we'll create a story to make it happen. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. I don't know what else the point of this book is.
Dude, that's 100% what the point of this book was. It's stupid. And like, I know it's always been a rumor that he was going to be back, or people have been really pining for it, and we thought he was going to be
They've been pushing it back for a long time. Because think about it, he fell out the window after Anakin fell and held himself in the Clone Wars. You knew the Jedi can friggin' kind of and Ahsoka did the same thing. So yeah, he fell out the window.
But dude, Dom, they've given him so many outs in this thing, like. Yeah. I mean, like they literally would start the lineup and say, "Hey, this is how it is," and then he died in the book and came back. In this book, they pretty much are like, "Here you go, he's dead and he's coming back." So
you know what? Like I said, the old man friggin' Mace Windu story is coming soon. Well, we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, it pretty much sets it up for that.
But I think that's the point of this book. We'll see if we're right. No, in a couple of years from now, you don't need to read this book.
Don't read. No, hold on. Don't read this book. Do not waste your money on this piece of shit. Please.
Free audio book.
Don't even do that. Don't waste your time. It's not worth it.
Wookie will try again, and I don't even think Wookie will get through it. But maybe
he's still asleep. He don't have no clue. He still has no clue.
Oh yeah. All right.
JJ, anything else to add about that thing?
Not really. I think we covered it pretty well.
Do you think Mace is coming back?
I don't know about that. I think there's a lot of baggage that comes along with bringing him back. I think everybody's going to, of course, be like, well, where's my story? Wherever he was for the past 30 years. So I don't know.
But that's it. I think they get it by putting him on that planet with his wife.
Is that it?
They've done it before in Star Wars, bro.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's a major character to do that too. I think there's going to be a lot of baggage.
I think
they won't do it. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying there's a lot of baggage involved.
You don't think fans loving that he came back is going to offset that? Look at Dom and Boba Fett. That shit didn't make any sense. He still loves it.
Yeah, but
I'm not joking. I'm not excited. Hold on. Stop.
Wayseeker Boba Fett coming back worked out for him.
Hold on, JJ. No, okay, that's not fair. Stop laughing, Wayseeker. It was not a dig. Shut up. But we'll tell you, fans of those things, like I'm telling you guys, you can say what you want, but people that love Mace Windu, like Dom loves Boba Fett, are going to be happy no matter what version they get. If most people think that version's crap, or if they think it's good. It doesn't matter to those fans that have got 50 pops of Mace Windu behind them. It doesn't matter. They will think that the product's good, or at least acceptable, because they get to see him.
The biggest person I blame for this is George Lucas for killing him in the stupidest way possible. Like Dom said, we learned that Jedi don't really fall like normal people and can apparently drop through hundreds of feet of moving cars in a city or whatever. But how's Mace Windu gonna die? Or get shoved out a window apparently.
Oh, better yet,
his arm chopped off.
Hold on, better yet, we learned that Palps really isn't dead. So okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Nobody
if you don't
dies
actually
in
see
Star
the
Wars,
person
that's
hit the
the
floor, he could have filled a fucking cargo van that was hovering across the city.
Nobody.
And they took
Let me
him
ask you this: think back through your head. Who in Star Wars has not died or has actually died by a long fall? Permanently dead.
What's her name? The assassin that fell off the top of the tower and ended up.
Huh?
Captain Phasma? Captain Phasma?
No, Captain Phasma. We didn't actually see her die. We haven't seen her come
No,
back.
didn't not Zen Weasley, but what's the other one? What's the one that had the antenna on top of her head?
That was friggin'
Isn't
that how Aurra Singh died?
She got thrown off a cliff by
Supposedly got thrown off a cliff. You didn't actually see that.
You didn't see. He said the story. He killed her.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Fair.
So that's what I'm saying. You don't know. And with Star Wars, bring it back.
Palpatine didn't die when he fell down. Maul didn't die when he got cut in half and fell down a hole. Nobody apparently dies in Star Wars by falling. So.
But I mean, I think they just. But I think that's what I'm saying. I think this book gave him the out that there's a planet.
Fell in the Sarlacc.
He has a flashback. He has a flashback while he's falling down and being lightning.
Well, you know what? Listen, we could tell. Maybe as he fell, another Jedi. Look at what's his name? Look at found Grogu. In Order 66.
Jedi Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, somebody drove and he fell. He had some kind of telekinesis to another Jedi, and he fell. They picked him up. He landed in the thing. They took him to nurse him back. You don't know. They come up with some story like that.
One thing, way secret while we're on it, and we haven't moved on yet. Because we just got the comic series, right? You got that 4-part comic series. Yep. This seemed very different than that. It seemed like a whole different character of Mace Windu. Even down to the fact that he talked about, because he had 2 masters or whatever. He talked about, I can't remember which names of each one, but he talked about the one master a lot in this book, and didn't mention the one that he had in the comics.
Not at all. No, it was weird. It was
Legends. It was like 2 different characters.
Yep.
It was very odd.
I know. I didn't. It just wasn't consistent. It was. I'm surprised the story group didn't come through, but they're probably just we have to get this part of the story out, and that's it. I don't know.
It's our path to getting him back.
Yeah, that's one thing I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of for this book. It was that bad.
Listen, I'm sorry. Just change the subject really quick before I forget in my head because I'm always forgetting something. That stormtrooper chick, the girl that the statue, her name is Jess Gisting. She was a stormtrooper in the 407 division, Joker Squad. So in the books. So she was
one. Wasn't there an Ursula Dratch or something like that? Was another female? There was a couple of female stormtroopers.
There's a couple of female stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Not many, but there are a couple.
Yeah.
Good enough chance for that. I mean, yeah, no, I think they've been waiting to bring Mace back for the right time, and they feel like
and I still think that Mace is going to meet up with Boba Fett. Boba Fett, look, even though Boba Fett, he's still
wants that to happen, but I think Boba Fett's ruined so much that unless it happens in a book,
that's what I'm trying to say. I think if you read the article that, like I told you, that dropped in the Boba Fett fan club.
No,
I'm saying it kind of gives you a visual. If they were to go back, there's ways of bringing him back to what he was, what that actually fits with the Book of Boba Fett season 1, but it kind of connects with the season 2.
Yeah,
and I'm just saying,
the whole Book of Boba Fett, which is obviously canon now, like it or not or whatever. But one of the whole points of that story was kind of revenge is never what you think it is. And that was Boba Fett's lesson, more or less, from that thing. Do you think he would still want to kill Mace Windu?
You know what? I still think. I know, but I still think he holds that animosity towards Mace for doing that because he witnessed it with his eyes. At the end of the day, Boba Fett was never really bad anyway. He never really wanted to kill the clone troopers. He never really wanted to do anything.
He did a lot of bad things, though.
Because he worked for the Empire. We all know that. But I'm just saying. But I think Mace Windu is, you probably heard the story. Like you could have a story where, Mace Windu fell. He thought that he died, but then someone says, "Listen," he goes, "I got a piece of valuable information that can lead you to the man who killed your father."
If Mace Windu, if Boba Fett can't kill or even hurt Black K, how is he going to get a fight with Mace Windu?
Well, he's only got one arm now.
He only survived because he lived in a Bacta tank. How's he going to fight Mace Windu?
I'm just saying, but the whole fact that I'm just saying, it's Star Wars, man. Anything's freaking possible. Come on. But fighting him is one thing. But
hey, speaking of anything's freaking possible, let's get into it. It's Domtober time. Domtober's got a new script that he's writing. Are we starting all over, or are we just advancing?
Well, listen, I'm going to give you. Look, it's basically the synopsis.
Hold on. So this is Domtober. Dom has been writing a script, and now he hasn't participated in a couple weeks. So where are we at with this?
Well, all right. I'm just going to give like a rundown of what the synopsis basically is.
Zaggy.
Prince Sizor.
Tell me when you eat it.
Is strongly taking over the criminal networks over the years after the fall of the Empire. By his side, he has Dark Talon is by his side, which her story, there's different subplots. She was the master to Mara Jade, that she actually, Mara Jade left Dark Talon because she actually thought that Dark Talon died, but she didn't die because no one dies in Star Wars.
Stop, time out. What timeline? So when did that happen?
Well, it happened within the story of during the Empire. She thought she died. That's why she went to Luke.
Hold on, stop.
Look, I changed things around because there's a lot of things.
So the Emperor. Oh, I have a question. Okay, I'll ask questions later. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad. Let me just get me to the part of the notebook I can take notes. All right. Sorry. Go ahead. Okay. So Mara Jade was a master. Okay. Go ahead, please. Continue.
Well, I'm just saying. So, it's right now Dark Talon's with Prince Sizor. Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight, is rebuilding the new Jedi Order with Mara Jade by his side. They're rebuilding the Order, the piece of the galaxy. Prince Sizor sends Dark Talon and the Knights of Ren. Knights of Ren are part of it now. They are a part of the story now because they're going to go to this secret base, knowing that it's a cloning facility for the top Sith and top people that were with the Empire. That this special secret base that Prince Sizor found to go there to get a couple of get some information, and he wanted her to get Darth Maul. Darth Maul's clone is in this hidden facility. This is how Darth Maul comes back. We all know cloning is a big thing, so he comes back with a cloning. But she goes there with the Knights of Ren, all at the same time. Luke having like these nightmares and stuff like about Starkiller. This Force vision that comes by hits Luke, Mara Jade, the Knights of Ren with Dark Talon, plus the cloned Darth Maul. That's how Darth Maul escapes the cloning thing. With that,
wait, could you say that again? I'm sorry. Could you say that again? I'm sorry.
What?
I got lost. Okay.
No, Darth Maul escapes.
No, is this a vision? Is this a dream?
The vision, yes, the Force vision.
So Luke's having a Force vision of all these people
yes,
together.
Yes, he has the Force vision, but so does Mara Jade. It's like a quick, like a power surge of the Force that hits the Force users. Luke, Mara Jade, Talon, the Knights of Ren, and the clone Maul.
So the Knights of Ren are Force users now.
What?
Okay, no, go
They're
ahead.
all Force users.
Okay.
They all have the ability. But anyway, this with that wakens Darth Maul. That's how Darth Maul gets up out of the cloning facility. So with that, Dark Talon is actually very happy.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I think can we stop right there? Is this going to interrupt you if we stop right here?
Go ahead.
So they're in the cloning facility with Darth Maul in a tube, correct?
Yeah.
And that just wakes him up like Frankenstein's
No, it
monster.
just wakes.
Okay, I can live with that.
No, because they go to the facility. The X.
Yeah. Okay, I can get it. I can give you.
And they go there.
Okay. All right.
Darth Maul's in hibernation. Yeah.
That's fair. I'll ask the rest of these questions later. Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying he wakes up.
Yep. Okay, I got it.
And with that,
Lightning to
Darth
Frankenstein.
Talon,
Got it.
Darth Talon, friggin', she definitely heard a lot of stories about Maul. She Maul was basically, she's tattooed like Maul. Teams up with Maul, and they wind up fighting the Knights of Ren and killing them.
Why?
Because the power. They don't want the Knights of Ren to have it because the power. How do you Maul is now on the he woke up from his asleep. And the power that he wants. Because look, basically, I'm still tweaking some of the things, but Maul teams up with Talon.
Oh, just because you want maybe is hold on. Let me understand this. So Darth Maul wants it to do the power of 2 because that's what he knows from his time with the Emperor. So he kills the Knights of Ren because he doesn't want any other.
The Knights of Ren.
Okay, so that's power 2 situation.
Power 2. So they get the Force vision. They get the Force vision of the power surge. The power surge Force vision of
Frankenstein lightning. Got it. Yeah.
Of a friggin' Starkiller, because Starkiller is a mythical friggin' fictional.
Wait. So the power surge.
What?
Nothing.
No,
where's Starkiller? Where's Starkiller?
Starkiller. Yep, he's on the distant planet of Earth that is beyond the stars. They got to find the
okay,
war
but
between worlds.
Hold on. I don't understand the dream. So who initiates that?
What?
Who initiates the lightning dream?
Starkiller.
Starkiller initiates a dream about himself
because he wants to come back, and so he needs the people to find him.
So he shoots out. He shoots out the Force vision. Had Luke. It's like a Force. Dude,
he wants all the Force users, good or bad, to come find him because he wants somebody to come find him because he's trapped on this planet.
Okay.
He's trying to find order.
Helping out here.
Yeah.
All right. Can I ask some questions? Are you done, or are we still going?
I'm just saying, but basically that's the story. That's the story. Like I said, Prince Sizor at the end, the whole thing was that eventually Talon and friggin' Maul want to go back, get the power of Starkiller. But when they get there, of course, the freaking goddamn Vong is holding Starkiller prisoner. All this is to make Luke the hero that he's supposed to be. It's the big test for here.
Okay, hold on. What? Okay, all the Knights of Ren are dead.
Yeah.
What the fuck did Sizor have to do with any of this? Why was Sizor looking for the cloning planet in the first place?
The whole cloning planet because he wants this. If there's a lot of details, like he's trying to be the most powerful crime lord, and also, I know he has no power. He has no force powers, but he can avoid force powers. He has the ability to
okay, we'll just stop there. We have no reason why Sizor's there. Okay.
Sizor's there because he's the
because you just like the character Sizor, so you want to put him in someplace. Okay.
I'm trying to fit him in the best way I can. That's why he's teamed.
So there's no reason for him to be there. I got it. Okay. Now, this is the problem I have here.
What's the problem?
The timeline. So Talon, when was Talon a master?
Under Palpatine, right?
Well, no, she wasn't.
Can't be a master under Palpatine.
Listen, you had friggin' Sith's laws and everybody friggin'. I'm trying to make a complete different story. After the fall of the Empire, Palpatine died. This is years after Palpatine died. This is years after friggin' the Empire. So Luke is building. I'm trying to give a backstory of what happened to a point where.
Right. All right. I get that. I'm just asking. Okay. When is Talon a master? When was she a master of Mary Jade?
Well, she was she was a master of after. Okay. But after the fall,
so all of Empire is 0 FE. We'll just call it 0 FE to make it easy for you. Yeah. 0 fall of Empire. Yeah. So 0 fall of Empire will actually be whatever. When from zero. That's when they're on Andor celebrating. That is 0 FE for you.
But the whole fact is that. But this is years after that.
How many?
Maybe 5 years after that.
Okay, that's fair. That's an okay
5
thing.
years after that. Luke is established. Luke is much older. Luke is established. I'm talking about later on in the timeline. This is more where things where the Emperor Palpatine thing is far done.
That's all right. Hey, we could call it the Dom Empire, the Dom timeline. I like the sound of it. I like the sound of that. All right. Okay, so 5 years. Okay, I can dig that. The only question I have is how did she become a master?
Not that she became a master. She trained Mara Jade. Mara Jade was a young girl.
Well, who trained her?
She just had freaking Talon found her. Because I got to change.
I'm sorry.
Who trained Talon?
We don't know.
Okay, so she just came from a distant planet.
No,
she came from a distant planet, found this kid, was like, "Hey,"
found this kid, and she trained her. And like I
said,
there's
not enough Sith power here. Let's try to get a thing going on.
Within certain things,
because Palpatine's death opened up this void where there's no Sith stuff. Okay, no dark side. Okay,
so
I can live with that. So we see opening scene is this chick with her titties out, all red, and she's flying in on a plane. Yep, see, he likes it. Did you see that way? He likes it. Coming flying in, and she kidnaps a child out of your local Target, and or your local watering hole, and that child is Mara Jade, and this is right after the fall of Palpatine, and then 5 years later, that child is now a 20-year-old Mara Jade. Okay, all right. Still, Zizor makes no sense, but we get it.
Well, the Zizor thing will come into play a little bit later. Right now, the journey is them finding Starkiller.
Here's the problem with Knights of Ren. Can I tell you what the problem with Knights of Ren is? You killed the Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
Yes, you killed the Knights of Ren 5 years. 5 years after Endor. Yet the Knights of Ren show up 15 years after Endor, 10 years. What?
They're around before that.
I get it, but you killed them.
They also are there to get Kylo Ren.
I'm changing the story. I'm making this is the story I'm doing. That it could be which way it wants to be. It's just.
But you can't get rid of a character who's going to appear 10 years later. That's what we're saying. You can change the story, but you can't kill off a character that.
I think we got to get. There's no more. Now you could say that the Knights of Ren. Oh, I think I got away. I got away, actually, Wayseeker. See if this passes Wayseeker. The Knights of Ren is actually a ceremonial title. We know that, correct? Like Ren of the Knight of Ren is a ceremonial title. So they could kill the majority or the current Knight of Ren, but that doesn't mean they actually could kill the title Knight of Ren. Somebody else could have picked it up. Is this what we're saying, Dom?
Maybe. Does
that work?
I have to go back to the timeline and make sure that Ren in Crimson Empire isn't the same Ren in Charles Soule's one.
But it could be multiple. There could be a second Ren because it could be a title.
Well, that
could be like Huns. There's multiple Huns.
Anyway, I think there's ways of making it neater where the Knights of Ren doesn't die.
Well, okay.
Well, we could kill off some Knights of Ren, and we could still have the Knight of Ren. It could be
listen, the reason. Okay, all right. The Knights of Ren. Look, Prince Sizar knew if he gets Force users by his side, he has a formidable foe against Luke and Mara Jade and the other Force users, who's out there. But the fact is that he hated Luke because Luke Luke destroyed the Empire. He kind of enjoyed the fact that Luke destroyed the Empire because Prince Sizar, the reason for Luke destroying the Empire and bringing the Empire down kind of made him grow, to get bigger, to get the strong grip on all the underworld. And that's right, that clone.
No, I don't know.
Look,
I just don't understand how. I don't understand who.
Well, okay, I have two, you know what? I have two versions. The Knights of Ren and one, the other one that it's just Talon.
I think we could deal with the Knights of Ren. I think we could find a workaround with the Knights of Ren. I think we could do it kind of like, Genghis Khan, right? Like the Khan. There's more than one actually. Like that was part of the whole thing of it. It wasn't like it's Like his brother was also, you know what I mean, a gang. Like, you know what I mean? Like it could be a ceremonial title where one dies and that doesn't matter because there's another one, you know, in the universe. So I think we could get around that maybe. I just don't. I'll be honest with you, Dom. The Zizor thing, it makes zero sense.
Well, listen, it makes zero sense, but there's a way around. I'm just saying, it's just a messing with us. Look, I have like.
No, I mean, I like all the other stuff. Like,
Zizor
you
makes-
actually.
Zizor
Hey, I got to
makes
be
more
honest with you.
sense.
I got to be honest. Can I be honest with this,
Yeah.
Wayseeker? And I'm not joking, so don't be a dickhead right now. I'll be honest, Dom. This is the best stuff that you have brought to us so far. And honestly, 90% of the overall brushstrokes in this, not the finer details, the overall brushstroking on this is something. It actually makes sense. This is the most sense I'm not trying to say this.
You were being too nice, but I'm glad.
No,
you
I'm
are.
not. Shut your mouth. I'm not.
Zizor makes more sense than the Starkiller stuff.
Hey, but when I had to ask a question about Starkiller, you answered it.
I answered it.
That's what I'm saying, but you answered it from Dom's explanation, so that must mean it makes
But
sense.
it doesn't make sense that he's trapped on some planet called Earth.
Yes,
in
it does because
galaxy.
he's trapped. I get it. He's trapped with the little lizard things, and he gets the Frankenstein. I don't understand how the Frankenstein monster force, but after you explain it, I get it. That could bring Maul back.
Not it's
No,
just
no, the lightning. That the effect of it causes. When I'm saying Frankenstein's lightning bolt is like, it took a lightning bolt from the sky to bring Frankenstein back to life. Okay, so that I didn't understand till now. You get it because you've got the Vaughn there, and all of a sudden there's a break, so it causes this like psychic force boom out. Okay, which then creates the Frankenstein's lightning to bring back Maul. That makes sense, Wayseeker. I don't know how that doesn't make sense. That makes sense. Zai's he explained away the Jade thing, kind of like how Jade and Titties McGee are together. That kind of makes sense. How she ends up going with Luke, we're still, I think, I'm just saying, this version of what you've done here, bravo, Dom. It actually, you could see you spend some time on it. I do think I think your finer strokes need a little work, but hey.
I'm not saying that I'm a freaking huge detail writer or anything like that, but ideas can become, you put on paper, they become bigger things. Work around things. Like I said,
I think it's great.
Much better idea of the story that I did in the beginning.
I think this is week 5 of these story times with Dom, and I think this is the first one where I'm actually like, okay, that actually is not.
So what's the next step for this thing?
We have to understand.
He didn't get in the World Between Worlds stuff yet. No. The World Between Worlds comes in it somehow too.
In the World Between Worlds come in somehow. Luke goes
okay. Here, this is what I want. Character study on Zai's. I think this is our biggest question right now. Character study on Zizor. What is the point of Zizor? What is his arc, and what is his finale? Right. So we got his beginning is he wants to be a crime boss, so he becomes a crime boss. Cool.
Well, look,
but where is that going? Okay, that's it. I mean, you don't have to tell us today. I want you to focus.
Yeah, all right. I gotta work.
Okay,
on
so
that.
let's fight it. Let's get the Zizor story arc focused, and we won't ask questions about Mary Jade. We won't ask about World Between Worlds unless that somehow plays into Zizor. But let's flesh out the Zizor character. Okay, good.
Got it.
Great job. I think you did a good job, by the way. Fuck Wayseeker. All right. Now, JJ, are you still around? Because now I need your guys' help. Last little bit. We have got pre's. Now, I think I'm going to drop about $400 on pre-release to get all the stuff I need. Who cares? What's $400?
Just tossing it.
What?
Well, tossing that money away.
Well, I mean, what's $400? I think that actually is. No, yeah, that's $400. Not a lot.
It's definitely not
a lot. Definitely not a lot. But here, what my point with it is I would like to I'm getting to figure out this game, and I'm sick of getting beat by Magic kids because they understand how the functionality of the cards are. They're not really that great at the game, but they pull out some tricky card. So I just need basic setups for Twilight of the Republic to try to get in there and steal some pre-kits and make a little bit of motion like I did last time. So let's go. This is actually what I think I'm hoping for. This I think is my ideal hope. If I pull this leader, if I pull Yoda, now let me explain Yoda's action. He's got a restore 2 after he gets deployed, but he also got this tricky little action here where, like, if somebody left the play in the phase, it doesn't matter what side, you get to draw a card and then put a card in your hand, from your hand on the top of the deck and on the bottom of the deck. And it'll make sense later because there's a common card that kind of helps out with that, where you can cause damage for it. I think this is probably one of the easiest cards for me to get. The only or play leaders. The only problem I worry about is it's a 7 pull. Like, it takes till 7 to get out. Okay, but these are some of the combinations that I like with this, and we'll go over some other leaders. You've got very easy, low cost cards. A 2 that I can pull out. But here, this is why I like this. It's a 2. Now they've got these control scenarios where if you got Republic units, the unit gains Sentinels while you control this unit and all that. But if you look at it, defeat it, create a clone trooper token. These are all very low costs. You got 2 play 3 costs here that when played, you can give Sentinel. So I can give Sentinel back to Outspoken Representative, and then that means that they are going to get attacked first. And when they die, I get a clone trooper, which also triggers the effect with Yoda. So then I get to draw a card, do the top and bottom thing. Like, I think that's my goal early on, right, Wayseeker?
Mm-hmm.
And these are all common cards. Now, here are still common and uniques that I think might help out. We've obviously got the ship that will give a Force unit upgrade +1/+1. And in this blue deck, you get a lot of Force users. Force is easy to do with this one. For instance, Knight of the Republic, which probably you can get 2 or 3 cards in there. And guess what? When this unit's attacked, you get to create a Stormtrooper token. Or Clone Trooper token. So using this card back here, which is very low cost, where you can put Sentinel on anybody, you will instantaneously be putting Sentinel on this Jedi Knight around 6, and then you'll just be pushing out Clone Troopers, adding those on, which give +1/+1. The 1 damage to this unit, 2 damage to another space unit. I like that because it'll give you some defense in space. So these are all blue units that play together. I actually like this Foresight card too. It's a rare, I understand that, but if I start seeing this, I'm really going to start going towards blue because of it. You get to draw a card.
I don't like that will card at all.
The which one?
Unshakable will.
Well, this is why I do. Think if you attach this to like this Jedi Knight, or if you start attaching it to some of the other cards that give you the plus out, right? Wherever you get it, if you give this to a clone, it turns the clone into a 3/3 real quickly, which means you can attack the clone, kill it off. At the same time, you'll probably kill off a troop or a trooper, and then you get to draw a card.
Yeah,
so it kind of just triggers that Yoda.
Cost. That's a heavy cost.
That's a heavy cost.
Yeah,
I mean, it is 4. I think if it was 3, you could maybe see play. 4, I don't think it's playable. I
don't know, but in pre-release, it's not like everybody's coming with great hands in there.
I get that, but you also don't.
Yeah,
you don't want to spend 4 on a card that isn't always going to be good in your deck. I mean, I will be surprised if that card is playable.
2/2 is pretty. 2/2 is pretty weak on it for the 4 too that you're going to pay for it. Because I mean, you got other attachments that are going to get you.
Right. There's another card. There's a card in there, though, that helps with the thing, but it's a rare card, and I decided not to play rare cards out there. These are a couple just straight blues, too, that I think could help the blue deck. I'm just comfortable playing these types of cards. That's why.
I like that Daughter of Dathomir card.
Daughter of Dathomir is a great card, too. And that's a great 4 card because it gives you 3/5, and it gives you a Restore 2.
Yep.
And if you have the Sentinel, which you're trying to use the Sentinel on the other card, she'll stay alive, so you'll be able to restore a bunch out. The Trade Federation, I know it's droids, but there's no negative effect having droids and clones together. So if you're going to start building them up, why not build them up on both sides of that? And then there's a heal 3 damage and create a droid token for 2, which if you just need it in the back end, is kind of easy. Those are cards that I think if I see these cards, they're commons, I can add them to the blues to play out.
Oh, yeah, those are all good cards. I mean, the fact that you get a ship and space is so important in draft. So
now these are some interesting cards. These are all the legacy cards for blue. I'm not sure most of them I would use even if I had them. Like
you gonna get to 15?
15? That's a hefty
14 real quick.
That's a hefty card to fucking get to.
Satine could be interesting. The problem
it could. So I
use decks are 30 cards. So like if you can discard enough, you really do some damage. but every unit gets it, including enemies. So you could hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think it's playable with that reason.
Yeah. Opponent plays their second card. By the time you can even push Mundi out, it might be okay.
Mooney's playable because of the stat line.
But the problem with it, the problem with it is in a 30 deck, all of a sudden you're going to be drawing 2 cards a little bit too fast, especially if you're using it with Yoda, because that means you're going to be drawing.
You don't have to do it.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a 5/5/7. You definitely it's auto include.
If we get it, okay.
Auto
These are the other blues. I actually don't think Obi-Wan is good for me because you heal 1 damage from a unit, but you also, when you turn it over, you deal 1 damage to a different unit. I guess if you're healing your unit, you heal your unit and attack one of theirs with it, right? Is that how that works?
You heal one from you deal 1 damage with.
Yeah. So I mean, he might be somebody using the blue thing. I don't think he's the worst. I've used this before. I don't think it's bad. I think blue overall isn't bad. I've used Namaste before. I've through the testing. Heal 2 damage from your base, and creates a clone. For each friendly clone gets when defeated clone. When the clone gets defeated, right, you heal 2 from your base.
I don't think Namaste is good in this draft format.
Okay. I don't like it either. Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to draft perfectly.
This is the one legendary card where I think like I would maybe try to go villainy with it because the Grievous card, or at least have him go someplace else. The Grievous legendary card, I really like it, especially considering there's a bunch of cards that you can get that are the black. The only problem is most of them are in the starter deck, so we won't be finding those in here. But later on, I think there's a good option with it because you get his like ship and everything else, and it kind of tacks on, so it's pretty good.
I mean, you play as Dark Side because it's a 3/4/4, but you're never going to get anything more out of that.
Yeah,
you're never going to get 4 lightsabers in the draft.
You might. There's a lot of lightsabers in these drafts.
Like this.
There's a lot of 2 too. So Maul, although a cool card, and he does overwhelm, I've practiced with him before, and I just don't see the value in him.
I actually think this is really good in draft.
You do?
It's about big bodies. Yeah. I think in a normal deck draft is all about clearing their board. And if you can clear their board and do damage at the same time, I actually think Maul is super strong.
Yeah, but I mean, you're pretty much giving up Maul when you do that, right? You're going to clear the body.
No, you tap it. That's his.
Oh, but that you know what he might be good about?
Well, you attack with a different unit. You're not giving up Maul.
Oh, I'm talking about when he comes out, though.
Oh, I don't care about when he comes out. It's about before that. He's able to do something to do damage and clear the board at the same time. You can get some big units. You get to push damage and knock their board at the same time. I think
not only that, when he comes out, if you still got those big units on the board, they all gain overwhelm.
Yeah, and he
that's cool. That's a good point. But that's at 6. What big use? Pre-Vizsla.
I don't like the 4/6.
Yeah.
It also doesn't include the card you drew in your regroup phase. I think this is a very specific card that only works in your deck. You can build around drawing cards.
Yeah, I think Vizsla sucks.
Yeah. And also, six cards in your hand to get the damage bonus is kind of lame. I mean,
I think it's probably one of the worst. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna work either way during regular or not. I
think this is not good.
I don't know why they have this even here. So good. We'll pass on her. Was there any way you use Anakin Skywalker? Especially in this
I don't like taking 2 damage to my base every time.
I think it's playable. I do. I think
this format though.
Yeah, because you want to clear off units. So you're able to trade off.
Yeah, but you're doing 2 damage to your base to give plus.
Yeah, but you're keeping a main unit on the board and you're taking out one of their units. Again, it's all about trading. You're just wanting to control the board. So taking 2 damage to take out a unit that might hit you for 4, that's okay.
But you don't get hold on. Your action, you don't get overwhelm.
No, you don't get overwhelm, but you get to trade up.
Yeah, but you're trading hits against units for hits against your own base.
But only 2 damage. And maybe they hit you for 4. You're able to trade a unit that costs 2 into a unit that costs 3 or 4, and you're not getting that.
Yeah, but there's plenty of ways to remove units besides that.
It's hard in draft, though. There's not that much removal. I actually think
on this one there isn't actually with this deck.
I don't like when it comes out at 6 and only a 4/7.
Yeah, I think it would be too complicated anyways for me to do that.
If I was going to run red and 6/4, I'd rather run Maul.
Yeah, I think Maul's the best option out there. There is the Mace option for your action. If you use burn 1, you get to deal 1 damage to damage unit. The whole damage unit thing, I'll be honest with me, not my play for it. Maybe long term, maybe in Twin Suns, but as far as this goes,
Okay.
I just don't feel this card.
Okay.
I just don't feel this card. These were some of the red cards I did think had a little bit. There you go. There's Mace Windu. I know it's a rare, but that's another one of the lightsabers. I didn't show the lightsaber from blue, but there's a lightsaber in blue too. Gives you a +2/2. If attached to Mace Windu, you draw 2 cards. Either way, I think a +2/2 is all right for 2. Bo-Katan, which is under red black, which would fall under the Darth Maul thing if I was going to go with Maul. Him and Savage Oppress. Once again, though, that's pretty much the only red I'd go with is Darth Maul. And if I did, those are 2 cards I probably would look at. I like the 7/7 if you control fewer units. I mean, at that point, at 7, they are trying to board. They would try to have some to try to finish you off more there, so that I could see how that could play well. And then you get like the Darth Maul is a legendary card. Obviously, if I get the Darth Maul legendary card, I'd have to play Darth Maul, and Savage, and then just try to make my way work out of there. I don't actually like the plane. Why didn't I like the plane? Yeah, it's only for every 5. Like, how much? First off, it costs 10. At that point that you're revealing it, like, what would it like? Where would the value be? Like 25 would be 3 less. You're drawing at 7. If you're drawing at 7, an 8/8's not going to save you.
It's interesting with Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe
you can play at 6 potentially.
Also, on attack, dealing that much damage on attack to.
Yeah, I mean that could wipe boards.
Yeah. It depends on what they have down, but
I mean it could wear it down, but you better swipe with
also
it.
Also with Clone Trooper and Battle Droid tokens, I mean that affects that too, right? So you take
it does. You could wipe them all out. Yeah. But once again, I think there's other ways to do that. So I don't know if I'm gonna go Anakin because I pulled this card.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's tough to get to 10 in a 30 card draft too.
Right. Here we go. Then the other 2 that I would have no purpose for. This is why red I think is kind of a little tougher because what?
You're gonna get to 12 to use
12, yeah, to do the planetary thing, and you gotta go double red to deal 4.
Exploit means you discard, right?
What's that?
Exploit means you could get this card out for 6 pretty easy, right?
Yeah, that's true. You could get it out for less.
Yeah, but you have to get rid of units for yourself. You have to wipe out your people, 3 of your people, to pull this card out at 6.
You also get a ready.
But you get to ready 3 units, and they all get to go attack big. Twice. And
if you have 3 units left, you have to have a lot of units on the board.
I get
the problem though is you only have. I can see it more in a constructed deck than I mean in a draft deck. That's tough to do. You're
going to have a lot of troopers or a lot of droids out. Which
I agree with you. It's probably not playable, but it'd be interesting to try. If you
deal 4 damage to the unit, 3 damage to the second unit, 2 damage to the third unit, and 1 damage to the fourth unit. That's actually kind of cool. At 6, you're just trying to delay fucking dying.
If double red. So you're basically at 8.
Yeah.
You're not playing double red. So I actually think that's really hard at 8.
All right, Captain Rex of the greens. I like Captain Rex, even though his action costs 2. You can create stormtroopers there when he deploys, which is early at 5. I think it's easy to create clone troopers. And trooper, if there's a lot of troopers in green in hero, and actually one of the funniest parts is the it's not just that, but the other side that has got the tokens for droids are considered droid trooper. The word trooper comes up a lot. There's a lot of cards that are very low value or low expense cost that you can get out there that do decent amounts of stuff across the board that has that trooper tag, so they're instantaneously gonna get a
super low.
I still don't like it.
Well, I mean, this turn, like for example, if you're at your second turn, if you're putting out a 4, it becomes a 4/4 there, and you get a trooper, and that's in 5. Plus, if you play Republic Tactic Officer at 2, you pretty much are putting your people up to 6/4. Across the board on these cards.
No, I think all these cards are amazing. I'm just not.
But I'm saying, like with the action of being able to turn him at 5, all of a sudden you build up your characters really quickly because you can get them. Now you're looking at people that you pay 2, 3, and 4 for that turn into like 6s, 4s, 6 4s. What?
Go back. Troopers get an extra
Each
help.
other friendly troop. Yeah, look at who's got trooper tags. Trooper tag.
One.
That is Republic, so he's not. Right, but there's other ones. I just gave Advanced Recon as one.
You have to get a lot of troopers other.
But troopers are 3-3s. I mean, there's a lot of 3-3s, 2-3s, and there's a lot of ones that are lower.
I think
cost.
Green looks really strong. So, I mean, the card wise, but I'm not sure he's the leader that I want to play.
Okay, well, we'll go through and check. And this is another one I like in Green with him is because at 2 you deal damage to an enemy unit equal to the number of units and I mean that's going to be able to pull out there real quickly, especially with how low cost these troops are. That's where I'm saying Vanguard, you can get 2 of these out of here. There are troopers. I know it only gives it a +1 on that side, but at least you're getting some advantage out of it. Where you can swing those troopers in there, they can die off, and there's other cards that are in this deck when they die off.
Again,
you get bonuses.
Look at it this way: you were looking at a card that costs 4 that gives you +2/+2 and Sentinel. This one costs 1 and gives you +2 and +2 and Overwhelm.
Yeah,
that's so much more powerful than a card that costs 4.
Yeah, plus when this guy dies, so this gives it a +2 on defense and a +2, so it turns it into a 2/2. It turns it into 2/2. Then when it dies, you actually get to go to any of your other cards and add it up. So if you're back here already, where this guy's now he's already a 5.
Green looks stupid.
5/4. It gives him a 6. It gives him a 6/4. No, 6/6. Sorry, he turns into 6/6 for that phase.
I would say, look, Green. You can still go a leader with something other than that, but
I don't. I actually like this, and I mean, I actually like the whole Green setup because there's so many common cards that you can put in there, especially at low value. That goes. Speaking of that, there's another blade there, which you said couldn't get for Grievous, but shit, they're everywhere. And it gives a 3/3, but it doesn't matter.
Yularen looks super strong too.
It was 2 less. Yeah, Yulana's a good call too. Yeah, with their store 1 also for a 3, and he's a Republic, and one of the Republic bonuses with one of these cards that you play also ups him a little bit, so that's good. Yeah, Green looked really good. I don't like Dooku so much. The exploit 3, I know you guys like the exploit thing or whatever, but I mean, it's only if you're getting the Sentinels up for that, or not the Sentinels, the Troopers up for that at low cost, then you can burn them, which it just gives you Overwhelm, right?
I think the hard part of this is just Sentinel or Separatist.
Yeah.
I think Dooku is actually pretty strong.
These cards, by the way, some of these cards are going to look good when we get constructed because their things play better towards the last 2 sets we had. It's just going to be tough for this, man.
I like Dooku, but I don't like the on the attack you gain the exploit 3, but I don't like the fact that you have to play a card after that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't help you at all on the first turn or 2 that you bring out Dooku.
Yeah.
I don't think, because usually you're going to bring out your leader and then
he's a dumb.
You have, like you said, you have to have drawn a Separatist card in there, and it's pretty tough to.
That's actually could be super strong.
What? Because it says give a unit 2/2. It just says if a friendly unit is defeated this phase, so that's any unit you have. I don't understand the friend.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you unit
little derps that you just create all the time, one of them dies, you then give a different unit +2/+2.
Yeah, which is good. And he turns on 5, 3, 6. You can actually give this unit 2/2 on it too, which I mean that's how it goes. All right, so that
I think Watt's good.
I think Watt's good, but I think it takes away some of the green that's really good is of the hero aspect, so it's kind of tough. But anyways, he's an option at least. Padme or store 1. The coordinate
I don't
thing,
like her for
multiple reasons.
The coordinate for draft is
it's gotta be tough.
There's no good,
and it does nothing for the first couple turns, even if you can get coordinate. Because
that's a pass. These are the legendary cards for green. I'm not sure any of them would change my mind. I like green anyways, so I don't think any of these would change my mind if I got them. You get coordinate, which once again we mentioned was kind of tough, but it's a 5, 6, 5 plus all the bonuses you get. Pretty much turns into 7 because it's Force, Jedi, and Republic. You're gonna get +1 on one end, and then you can probably get a 2 or a 1 on the top end. So you're getting, it's really turning into 7/6 at most point, at least a 7/6 when you're pulling this card out at 5. Which is nice. The clone for 7/0/0, you have this Blah, blah, blah. Expect to gain a clone trait. It doesn't matter. That's too expensive in this format for it. So I like Gore, but you're never playing fucking Gore, right? Like not in this, you're not. It does give him Sentinel over. It gives him literally everything. He gets exploit
Explore
3.
means you could play this. I mean, exploit 3 means you could play this at 6.
6, yeah, right. Right. You could play it at 6.
You have to let a lot of stuff fall right in a draft.
Oh,
for
yeah.
that to work.
But playing that at 6 is
you win.
Brutal. I'd put this in my deck. If I drew it and I was playing green, I'd put this in my deck.
Because you can always burn it.
And if the opportunity's not there, it's just resource it.
So explain exploit real quickly so everybody knows like why exploit 3.
You defeat a unit, it costs 2 less. Exploit tells you how many times you can do that. So exploit
2,
1
4,
means
6.
it would be you defeat a unit, it gets 10, but because I exploit 3 means you can do it 3 times.
And
so
if you have this
in that phase, though, right? It has to be all in the same
it has to be in that phase.
Yeah.
But
so
if you have 3 troopers that are 1/1/1 and you defeat all 3, then you pull this guy out in 6, and he's activated.
I mean,
like
it can be a game changer, especially with the tokens thing, saying they're so weak.
Yep.
And if you get something that can wipe those,
you can just attack 1 token with overwhelm, so he does 1 damage there. Then he's doing 6 damage to your base, and he's a sentinel on the back end, so he's still a 7.
Even a low board wipe. I mean, you just need something that can dole out 3 to 4 damage, across numerous cards.
I would play it if for the case that it could work or not. You're
only going to have 1 in your hand anyways. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go. Dark City.
Cool.
I love this card. I love playing this card. The only problem I have with this card is like if you have the other 2 decks, this fucking card is amazing. So how this card basically works is you start with Chancellor Palpatine, and he is a hero. And the unit's defeated. You can hit the action. You can choose to hit the action. And if you hit the action, you flip the card. But before you do that, you draw a card, you heal 2 damage from your base, then you flip it. And when you flip it, it turns to the dark side, which is Darth Sidious. And in that case, now he's a villain. So why that's cool is because you can play villain and hero cards, and you can work your flips out. And most times, the card you're letting get defeat is a trooper card, which is a 1/1. And then you're pulling out more powerful cards with it. So that's why
I think it's cool, but I don't know how well it'll work in draft when you have less control over the cards you choose.
There's also a very big problem with this. There is a card that is a 2-cost card, and I don't know if I put it in here or not, but it's called Mindworm. And if the opponent plays that card, you can't flip your card. You're done. Because there's no epic on this. So that's the only thing you have to be very careful with this card. But hey, look, just give you a little effect of what tan or whatever this is giving you. I really do enjoy. I think this is probably one of the best easily usable pilot things flight sides, because it does, when you deal 1 damage when it comes in the simulators, like this has really helped. When you come in, you could do 1 damage to a unit, to a space unit, or any unit, actually, isn't it? Yeah, you could do any unit.
Any unit, yeah.
And then when it dies, you get to take 1 out again too. So it really does help with clearing boards, especially with all the built-in.
I agree.
And it's at 3, and it's a 3/2, which is freaking great also. So you're pretty much coming in. If you do it realistically, I've done this before where I brought it in on a thing, done it, knocked out a space unit, attacked the base for 3, then gotten taken out by another unit and taken out 1 more of their units. So it's done 3 and taken out 2 of their units, which is just crazy. There's the create 3 battle droids and ready them. So if you need something at the end where they've got 3 left or whatever, you can just spam droids at them, which is kind of cool. The security team is a sentinel for 3/1. You're going to get knocked out really quickly, but at least it's giving a little bit of protection. I've had to use that before where you just need 1 more play. If you just could get a cheap sentinel out really quickly to take it to the next thing, because they've done an early claim on initiative. That's pretty much what that's for. It's pretty much just buffering you so you get the last final kill in, which I like those cards. This is very interesting. They gave you one for the light side, which exhausts a unit, a unique unit. So you can exhaust somebody else's unique unit and at the same time create a clone trooper.
That's the card you can play out of aspect.
Yeah. Agreed.
Because at 4, it still can be powerful.
Yeah.
You can still exhaust something and get something out of it at 4. So if you're looking for removal because you don't have much removal in your deck, and you find this card, if you're playing yellow dark side or you're just playing light side green, whatever, right side red, this is the card that you still can play out of aspect and it still works at 4.
So why I like Droid Cohort, and you guys probably gonna say that's stupid, but why I like it is because a lot of times I find myself like playing a 3 card in my hand and having nothing to play and having 1 card left, and I've already lost initiative. I'm like, man, I wish I had a 1 card. And in this case, it gives you a +1 and 1. It's cheap. It's not something you're going to use all the time, but in those cases where you play to 6, you have 7 cards in there, it actually gives you a +1/+1 pretty easily. And when you're defeated, you get a droid token out of it. So it gives you an extra double.
I agree. That's a good card. You get the 1/1 that gives you another.
And it's a common, so it's not.
If it didn't have the win defeated ability, I wouldn't like it. But
yeah,
when you get that extra battle droid token, that helps.
I think it's bonuses. All right, so here goes. These are a couple uniques too that I really liked in the blonde hero thing. My contacts are slipping. I can't see the screen at all. Looks like it's Plo Koon. I don't know why I picked that in on top of things.
It's okay.
You get ambush. I don't like that he comes out. Yeah. To get that raid 3 is a bit of a task, I think, on this card. But
yeah, I'm not sold on Plo Koon, but
attached units can be attached this phase. I like the Sentinel aspect of it, so of the top things for 2 plus gives you 2/2 or 2/0. I mean,
great card if you use any kind of upgrades or tokens.
Yeah.
So.
And then these are some of the villains that you can add into the villain portion of it. These are like, if we're doing the flip card during this, once again, you can stop that from happening. But I thought these were easy flip cards that I think were like a 4/3 for a 3. That's pretty good on the flip. 1 for the Sentinel, 1/2 is not bad because space is just tough. I'll be honest with you, space is going to be really tough. If you can get a bunch of space out there during this pre-release because of what's in these boxes for your commons, you can ping somebody to fucking death and they're going to hate you because you can have droids on the one side and just keep pinging them on the other side. Invisible Hand. I know it's a rare, but I put it in there anyways because
I like that card as a space card because I mean, putting it down first, you get 4 tokens when you put it down, and then when you attack, you're exhausting pretty much. If the person, I should say, I like it if they have a separatist deck because if they're leading like a Dooku or something like that, this would dominate that because you can literally exhaust their entire board on attack, right?
No, you exhaust yours. It says
so it's like if you're playing the Dooku
deck, okay.
Yeah. So if you're playing Dooku, you can bomb all your little trooper guys out that you have up there, like 4 or 5. Now it turns it into an 8/7 attacking their base.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it seems okay
because you already got your battle droids out there, so that's 4 right there. I mean, the whole point is when played, you put out the 4 droids, and then when you attack their base, if you need 8 or more, you win the 8 or less, you won the game because you're going to pull this out at 8, which is at that point where you might need 8 or less. You're going to do that. You're going to have them there. Now all of a sudden you put 4 on top of that and you attack, so it turns it into an 8/7 on their base, and you win.
Yeah, but if they have like a board wipe, then it's just a 4/7 for 8.
Yeah, if it is, that's the gamble you take sometimes.
It's a high variance card. I don't love it.
I don't understand this card for 9. But if you exploit 2, it goes down to a
5/6/5.
5/6/5, yeah.
It gives you 3 battle droids when defeated.
Yeah.
I don't think it's great, but
and then you got 2 to create 2 battle droids. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if you need to do it the next round just so that you can flip them over for that last card, it is what it is. Okay, here's some of the clone versions on the Rebel side. For a 2, it's a 3/2. It's a great starting card. And in any Rebel deck that you're going to use, you've got also a 3/3/2 with ambush. I use that multiple times. It's kind of a waste card, but you use it because you can ambush real quickly and go with it. I thoroughly enjoy this ETA 2 Lightning Interceptor. I know it's a little bit expensive, but it gives you Restore 2 after 5. And space is a premium in this deck. So paying a little bit extra to get something that heals and does 3 damage while it's healing is a bonus in my thing. I think it's an affordable card. I'm glad you're saying I'm Wayseeker because I was worried you're going to shit all over that card. So at least my thought process is right on that. This is a big boy, the ATTE Vanguard. I actually used it one time and it helped me win the game. And that's all I'm going to say about this. I got it out in 8. I got to flip it up. I attacked with 6, restored 3, which just held it off enough that 3 got me to do another card, and I won by 2. It's not a card that you're going to have like 50 of them in your hand, but it's one where if you catch it late, it's going to save you. Hold Out Blaster. I always like these add-on ones. When played, you attach a unit, deal 1 damage to a ground unit. So when you actually put it on, you can damage somebody for a 1, and it gives you a 1. Once again, not a card you're going to play.
1/1. I don't like.
Yeah,
that
I agree, and not a card you're going to play all the time, but something to have there. I don't know why I put Execution Order 66 on here, but it deals 6 damage to each. Oh yeah, that's why, because it deals 6 damage to each Jedi unit for each unit defeated this way. The controller creates a clone trooper token. Who's the controller?
The one whose Jedi is defeated.
So you get to wipe out like 4 people, but they have to replace those with 1/1,
But
which is
they
not a
get
bad thing.
cloned back.
Yeah, but that's fine. The clones are 1/1, so I'm okay with that. And then we got Grievous here. He's also a blonde villain. Gives a droid unit Sentinel for this phase. I don't know.
I kind of like that.
It's okay, but
They
I
have
think there's
enough
better
droids.
options.
I mean, they don't have anything over. I mean, they don't have Overwhelm. They're
The
wasting.
problem with it is this card
droid.
works well. This card works well because there's some add-ons, but they're in the starter kit for Grievous. So it's going to work good and constructed, but those starter cards aren't going to come.
Yeah.
If you can get enough,
I like that you get in the on attack, you get the extra hit point too.
Yeah.
Or not hit point, but attack point.
Yeah, so it gives you a 2/1. All right, and then here's Ventrance, which I don't know why she's always tilted weird, but that's how it goes. Attack with a unit. If you played an event, it's just too tough.
Man, could they make that any longer for the on attack?
Yeah,
I think that's good. And then
not a good card to play. And then guess what? We got a Django down.
Nice.
That's a good card.
I love the
exhaust.
bounty hunter cards.
That is an easy removal to go. You attack a unit, and then you exhaust him, and you also get to exhaust another enemy unit.
The only problem is I forget to do
it. It says exhaust that enemy unit.
That unit, yeah.
So just a specific one that.
Yeah, I don't really.
That
like
your friendly unit attacked. Is that what it's saying?
Yeah, but you can just attack with like a droid into like a 1/1 into like a 4/4 and
you could
knock it out.
Yeah, okay. I don't hate it.
Of the yellows, that's my favorite one so far.
Yeah.
Wait,
when he's drawn out, do you still have to exhaust him?
No.
No, that's not so. I like it better that way then. Like, I mean, because if you had to exhaust him after he is deployed, that would be.
Yeah, but he turns into a 3/7. It's not like he's whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, you're basically
not terrible. Not terrible. He's an optional card. Like he's
yeah.
definitely an optional card. He's better than some.
Yeah. For a static ability, it's not terrible.
Yeah. And then we got why they even put Quinlan Voss in here. If you do, deal 1 damage to an enemy unit that costs the same as the unit played. What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't get that one.
When you play a unit, so if you play a card that costs 4,
yeah,
you get damage to an enemy unit that costs 4.
Yeah, but you do what? How much damage? 1 damage?
1 damage.
Every turn you get to deal damage that way. It's a ping. Pings are annoying, and you get to target the ping.
Yeah.
So, like, if they have a unit that costs 3,
are you gonna be able to control that much and ping away like that though in a draft? I don't know.
Yeah.
You might. I don't know.
I just don't think it's worth it. All right. Here are some of the legends. Those cards, legendary cards for blondes. We got Cad Bane.
That's
This
so
unit
good.
captures up to 3 enemies, non-leader units with a total of 8 or less costs, or I'm sorry, HPs remaining. That's not a lot. Defending unit may rescue, but it is a 7/7/7, which once again, if you're at that point, fuck.
Problem though,
is
you're not
so
going to be in draft. You're not going to have anything. I mean, capture wise, you're not going to have anything there, right?
Yeah.
'Cause
Then you got,
You can take 3 units off the board temporarily.
but it's only for
Yeah.
8 HP left.
Sure. Oh, you don't.
Yeah.
Have to, I could be one.
Right.
You can take out
right,
one big unit. You get to bring
Yeah.
out a 7/7 and
Yeah.
take 1 unit out.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah.
When they uncapture it,
Not
it comes
terrible.
back.
I mean, keep it in the deck if you get it.
Well,
I
you're
don't
going
know
to
if
take it
I'm
out
going.
temporarily, though, right?
I don't.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm. No, it's there till he gets defeated.
Right, temporarily. You don't get to take it off
Yeah.
the board.
No,
altogether.
but even when he gets defeated, it comes in.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at that
see-
point,
I
if
mean,
you
I can
hold
see
on,
if you use it at the
hold
right
on, this
time.
is a finisher card. So if you get it, it's pretty much done, and it turns 7/7. And I'll be honest, if you pull this, you're putting in your deck. But I don't know if I'm going blonde villain because I pulled this. Like part of showing the legendary cards is if you pull this legendary card, are you going blonde black for this?
Yes.
Well, Waysinger, fucking who are you? I don't see any mats up in your fucking
You can
house
use it, you can
anymore.
use it with Palps.
Yeah, with Palps.
If you run Palps.
Yeah, with Palps you could run it. This would be the card to run Palps with. All right, then you got Sokatana. While you control fewer units than an opponent, including this unit gains ambush. Action, you return this unit, and each upgrade on her to the owner's hands for 2, which actually is kind of not bad. So, but I'm not sure I'm going to go blonde hero.
I agree with you. I'll play it if I get it. It fits, but I ain't gonna build deck.
Oh, fuck these cards. Yeah.
I don't like double yellow 4.
Yeah, I'm not. If I pull them, I'm not doing it. Okay, so here though, because every time I get asked this question, because every series so far, I have played at least one showcase. One series I pulled 2 showcases, but I pulled 1 showcases. So what is the showcase that I want? These are just they're okay art. I'm not really down with any of these. Captain Rex could be any clone fucking trooper. So could like Newt Gunray, whatever. Stays kind of plain. These are also ones where I'm like, what the fuck? I like Dooku, but I don't like that Dooku. Quinlan Voss. Yeah, it's not.
Looks nice.
What's that?
The Padme.
It's okay. Not mine though. I mean, if you guys like them, you like them. These are kind of like mids. I'm not gonna be disappointed if I got them, but I'm not in love with the art on these, I guess. I mean, I'll probably play them, but that's about it. These are not cards I give a shit about. I would sell these instantaneously, hopefully make money off of them because I don't think they're great. And then I do like this card. It's 2-sided.
That's
I like it. I think it's cool as shit.
That one you keep.
Yeah. This one I might keep. And that leads into the 3. No,
we know you're
that leads
too
to the 3 that I hope I keep. If I get any of these, I'm probably keeping all 3 of these.
Like
I think
the
Django looks
and
really
like
good
the,
here.
Maul.
I really like the way Grievous does. I'm 50-50 on Ventress, but I still didn't keep her. But these are
it looks like she has 4 arms.
Yeah, it
Like
does.
at first glance.
These are the 2 cards that I hope I get. I hope I get one of these 2 cards. I think these are the 2 best looking cards out of
I like the Mace.
Yeah, Mace looks fucking
like
dope as
Maul.
shit, and I actually like Maul too in this one.
Did you show us Mace? I forget.
No.
No?
Oh yeah. In the thing? Yeah, for sure.
You did?
He's red hero. We kind of passed on him.
Cold Kitty to 7, maybe.
Yeah, 7. Yeah. So that's it. That's all we got for that. I mean, good luck. I hope. It sounds like I have a pretty good plan.
Green,
I'm back.
I think I go green.
You go green. Green's
That's
the
one
one
of
to
my
go.
colors.
Yeah.
Green's got a lot of good stuff that you could put on it.
Green, blue, green, red, maybe. But
I think so. You're thinking either if I'm going to go villain, go Watt, Tambar, and if I'm going to go hero, I think I do go not Cody, Captain Rex. I think I could do Captain Rex because I can play Captain Rex easily.
okay.
Yeah.
So I think if it's hero, I go Rex. If it's villain, I go Watt. I'm going to grab those 2 greens. I think for the most part, if I'm grabbing cards, let's go back. If I'm grabbing blue, I'm grabbing Yoda. What the fuck does this thing keep flipping?
Yeah, I mean, you could do Yoda green, right? No problem.
Yeah. I could do Yoda green. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
I think you do any number of the red leaders in green. I mean, you're on green base. And
I think Yoda green would work. So that would be cool. I could do that.
I think there's enough red there that you could do red green pretty easily.
I'm not sure I'd do anybody else in blue besides him. Red, I might do Maul. Maul's the only one I would actually do in red. So, and then green, I have a lot of choices too with green. If I go with green though, what's my other color? I guess
red.
You need something that is, if you're playing Rex, you need small costing units. So I feel like there's more cheaper units in red, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're wrong. There's cheaper units in blue, and there's cheap.
Well,
yeah. Well, actually, there's a lot of cheap units in Hero. So Green's got a ton of cheap units, and Hero's got a ton of cheap units. So I think you're like, yeah. Let's go back up to the blue cheap units.
You want
and I didn't even pull these off.
Oh,
you're right. You might have. Let's go to red and see what red
I
had.
think red's got your better options. I think
red, but it's red black. Red black was the good stuff. There are other units for green's always the cheapest unit, no matter what.
You didn't show enough red, so
well, go look at the reds. I'm telling you, I looked through red. It wasn't that great. Actually, blonde. You might want to go blonde.
Blonde.
Blonde's got some cheap units.
Something cheap. You have to go cheap.
But here, like this is what I'm telling you. Like Hero's got already cheap units right off the bat that are pretty decent.
Because you want to save 2, so you can build those things out, right?
So green's good. I got 2 options in green. I got 1 in blue. I've got 1 in red, and then I got blonde. I don't know if you play Palpatine and they put out that worm card, you're fucked.
Well, I wouldn't be so worried about that. I'd be more worried about the fact that with draft, you have so little control over the deck you're building.
Yeah,
because you could very easily end up with like out of your 30 cards, like 20 villainy and 8 hero, and then you're pretty much playing the villain side the whole time. Like I said, if you do get stuck and you're stacked on one side over the other, you're just really screwed then.
I think Palps is playable in draft because I hear what you're saying, JJ, but you also get all you need is 15 of each color. Try to get about 14 to 16 of each color, and you're able to pull from everything.
Because you could do you would have blonde, so then you just put a green base. You put a green base on it. Whatever you're low at.
You can play green hero with it, and you can play green villain with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get there's a lot of options. I don't know. Like I said, I would be the one guy where I don't think it would work out very well.
Yeah. I don't know. So, but that's it. So I guess like in mine, it's hopefully I pull a Watto, a Captain Rex, a Yoda, a Maul, or I mean, worst case scenario, Dooku. And those are probably my only feasible options.
Are you playing one event or 2 this week?
I think I can only play one. I got so much stuff that my real life is just non-controllable at this point. Like I just went to something today and there was a whole bunch of people saying like, we don't understand how you guys do it. So, and I'm getting to the point where I don't understand how I'm doing it. So I don't think I could do more than one event, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And I don't even think I'm going to be able to show up on time for the event. Like I think, yeah, we'll see. I'm running a basketball camp, a soccer program, 3 other things. I have to finish up other work too. So, yeah, I don't know how I'm doing it. So, but whatever. At least I'm prepared with this action, so we'll take care of it. Cool. All right. Well, thank you everybody who stayed around. Huh?
Good luck.
Thank you. I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Yeah.
And this is the other thing I'm going to let you guys know about that too, because we haven't looked at it, but some of the values have held up. And if we can pull the showcases here, but what I didn't do last time was I bought a whole case and I bought 3 pre-releases. What I'm going to do this time is I'm buying, I think, 6 pre-releases and 2 boxes. And I'm going to pull and see what the pull rate is better. Because I think wait, how many is it in pre-release? Is it
6 packs?
How many does it take? How many does it take to buy for a booster? How many pre-releases?
You have 4 pre-release boxes would equal 1 booster box.
Okay. So I'm doing the combination of those 2. I might actually just open 4 pre-releases for our show next week and then 1 booster box and see kind of which one does better. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but booster boxes in the first 2 series, the pull for Legacy has been way better.
Oh, you
uncontrolled.
mean for pre-release have been better?
Pre-release, yes. Pre-release has been the polls on pre-release for rare cards has been just phenomenal. Not so much the showcases, but like legitimately like legendaries, harder rares to get. It has been unbelievable. So, but we'll check it out. We'll see if that holds up. Thank you everybody for staying around. Dom, great job. Hopefully we get some more writing next week.
Yeah, definitely. Should I get some more? I got the con this week coming up.
Rhode Island con.
Comic-Con.
Well, don't pull a Ruben.
Now I won't pull a Ruben, but Ivana's going to be there. Kinhati. Her autograph.
Do not get yourself kicked out by
Yeah.
doing something stupid.
I don't want Dom's over videos of you fighting security guards.
Who? Who did he say?
Shinhati.
From Ahsoka, the apprentice.
Ivana, yeah.
Dude, do not
come on.
get kicked out.
And don't go to IHOP instead of like
what's the IHOP or pickle parties or whatever else you do.
Do not do that.
I don't know. He may be
no
food.
A
little more limited. He may be a little more limited in Rhode Island. He may have to go to an IHOP.
There's some good restaurants. I'm actually
no. The point is, be there on time instead of going to get food. Is what
I will be on time. I'm leaving Thursday. Show
could have been in Baltimore on time too, but you decided to go to an IHOP instead.
No, hold on. Don't think I'm going. No, we already got planned. We're driving up there on Thursday night, and then we're going to be there. And the con doesn't open till 3, but I got the VIP passes, so I get in by 2.
Giggles.
Yeah. You had a plan in Baltimore, and you decided not to do it because of IHOP.
And then get angry and you call people peasants.
Don't do the IHOP. It's bad luck.
Okay, Giggle. Get video though, because I want to see the exact moment if he curtsies or if he whatever action Dom's going to do. Dom's going to do here to. All right, we're out of here. That's it. We're not doing anything else.
Huh? Get a burger. Wait in line for like 74 hours because that's what you do. And
you know what? IHOP for a while, I don't know if they still did, but like they actually used to have one of the, because they're so generic, like their Eggs Benedict was one of the easiest items to eat there because like they wouldn't put any shit you didn't need on it. Yeah. They wouldn't burn the bacon. It wasn't the greatest one you've ever had, but like sometimes you just need a McDonald's hamburger, right? Like you need to know what it's going to be, right?
The pumpkin pancakes are awesome, but the Harvest, the Harvest was the Harvest walnut one they used to make. They don't make it anymore because it takes too long to make. And that's the fucking best one too. The Harvest grain.
Mm-hmm. You say so. That sounds awful.